Chapter 3180. Upon hearing the old man's words, Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes. Senior, you don't want me to join the Su clan too early? It's not that I don't want you to join the Su clan, but I think it's too early for you to attract their attention. The old man shook his head and said, However, if you insist on joining the Su clan, I won't stop you. Moreover, if you want to stay, you'll have to agree to one condition. If you agree to it, you'll be better off staying in the profound nether mansion than joining the Su clan. If you don't agree to it, I suggest you join the Su clan. The old man continued to say. Condition? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow. What condition? It's not a condition. It's a rule in the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. Ever since the Imperial Tutor died, I've been in charge of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. The old man said. Those who become the Imperial Tutors of the Profound Nether Mansion and are willing to avenge their former Imperial Tutor will receive the best treatment in the Profound Nether Mansion. The Imperial Tutor? Duan Lingtian's eyes widened slightly. Senior, are you talking about the Imperial Tutor whose wife was defiled 30,000 years ago? As soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking, he felt a terrifying aura sweep out from the old man in front of him. It slapped on his body and shook him to the point his vital energy and blood surged. At this moment, he could feel the old man's emotions fluctuating violently. Moreover, it was obvious the old man was furious. Why is he angry? It's only the Imperial Tutor from 30,000 years ago. Is it possible that he was the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion when the Imperial Tutor was still alive? Is he the one who groomed the Imperial Tutor? When Duan Lingtian thought of this, realization dawned on him. If that was the case, it was understandable that the Imperial Tutor Pavilion was enraged. Yes, it's the Imperial Tutor. The old man seemed to have noticed his loss of composure. He quickly regained his composure and looked at Duan Lingtian before he asked, Are you willing to follow the rule and avenge the Imperial Tutor when you're strong enough? Before that, I have to remind you that the person who killed the Imperial Tutor is currently the patriarch of the He clan, one of the 10 major clans. He's a celestial lord. After the old man finished speaking, he looked at Duan Lingtian, waiting for Duan Lingtian's response. I'm willing to follow that rule. Duan Lingtian said. That man is devoid of conscience. Everyone has the right to kill him. Although Duan Lingtian didn't consider himself a chivalrous hero, he still couldn't stand some people who went too far. Previously, when Sun Liangpeng, the sect leader of the Simplicity Celestial sect, had told him about the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion, he did not have a good impression of the clan leader of the He clan for causing the destruction of the Imperial Tutor's family. In fact, if he had the chance, he wouldn't mind killing the clan leader of the He clan to enforce justice on behalf of the heavens. It was precisely because of this that Duan Lingtian didn't reject the old man's rule and directly agreed to it. All right, the old man's eyes lit up when he heard Duan Lingtian's agreement. Then he said solemnly, Duan Lingtian, my seniority is the highest in the Profound Nether Mansion. Even the current mansion master of the Profound Nether Mansion is my grand disciple. Today, I promise you that after you become the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion, you'll be treated better than the mansion master of the Profound Nether Mansion. Apart from that, you'll also be under my protection. For example, I'll personally visit the Blood Skull Gang and ask them to cancel the mission. Moreover, they won't accept any missions that target you in the future. The old man's tone was firm as though he didn't care about the Blood Skull Gang at all. Based on the old man's words, it was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to figure out that the old man's strength was probably among the top in the 10 major clans and 5 major sects. Otherwise, why would the old man be so confident? Senior, I'll accept your offer, but please don't interfere with the Blood Skull Gang's matters. Duan Lingtian said to the old man, I'll deal with the Blood Skull Gang on my own. Deal with the Blood Skull Gang on your own? The old man looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully before he said, There are many celestial lords in the Blood Skull Gang. The leader of the Blood Skull Gang is not an ordinary celestial lord. His strength is not inferior to mine. Senior, how's the leader of the Blood Skull Gang compared to the clan leader of the He clan? Duan Lingtian asked. Naturally, the clan leader of the He clan is stronger. The old man's eyes glinted as he replied. If the clan leader of the He clan was weaker than the leader of the Blood Skull gang, he would have killed the clan leader of the He clan a long time ago. Due to the fact that the imperial tutor of the profound nether mansion was stronger than him, he could not kill the imperial tutor of the profound nether mansion. That was why he had set up the imperial tutor pavilion's rule against the patriarch of the He clan. If that's the case, why do you have to remind me that the Blood Skull gang isn't as simple as it seems? Duan Lingtian said. If I can't even deal with the Blood Skull gang, how am I supposed to deal with the clan leader of the He clan in the future? Duan Lingtian's words left the old man speechless. Inwardly, he praised Duan Lingtian for his courage. Naturally, he did not show it on his face. I hope you'll be able to deal with the Blood Skull gang as soon as possible. The old man looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully. Just as the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion had said, a few days later, the Su clan sent a messenger to the profound nether mansion to bring Duan Lingtian to the Su clan. Duan Lingtian, the profound nether mansion's disciple, has outstanding innate talent and comprehension ability. The Su clan would like to bring him to the profound nether mansion. This was what the messenger from the Su clan told the mansion master of the profound nether mansion. The profound nether mansion has no objections as long as Duan Lingtian agrees. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion replied with a smile. Do you think he'll reject the Su clan? The Su clan's messenger asked confidently. However, when the mansion master of the profound nether mansion asked Duan Lingtian to reject the Su clan's messenger, the messenger was stunned. You rejected the mansion master? It's not exactly a rejection. I just feel that I'm not strong enough yet. When I'm stronger, I'll definitely join the Su clan. As for the other clans and the 5 great sects, I won't consider them at all. Duan Lingtian looked at the Su clan's emissary and said, This is also my promise to the emissary and the Su clan. Don't you want to reconsider? The Su clan's messenger frowned. He was ordered by the Grand Elder of the Su clan to bring Duan Lingtian to the Su clan. If he did not bring Duan Lingtian to the Su clan, the Grand Elder would definitely reprimand him for his incompetence. Naturally, the Grand Elder of the Su clan had also said that he could not force Duan Lingtian. For this reason he could not use force. I've made up my mind. Duan Lingtian shook his head. Good. I hope you'll remember your promise. The Su clan's messenger looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully, before he bade farewell to the mansion master of the profound nether mansion and left. He did not come back empty-handed. At the very least, based on Duan Lingtian's performance, the 10 major clans and 5 great sects would only join the Su clan. Thinking about it, the Great Elder won't blame me too much when he learns that I brought his promise back. The messenger thought to himself as he made his way back. After the messenger left, Duan Lingtian looked at the mansion master of the profound nether mansion and asked, Mansion master, Senior Palace Master said there's no need for me to enter the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm anymore. He wants me to break through and become a celestial king. Don't you have any objections to this? In Duan Lingtian's opinion, the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm was very important to a grade 6 celestial mansion. Otherwise, the grade 6 celestial mansions in the Southern Heaven territory would not have specially nurtured 10 directions celestial dukes to enter the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. I'll listen to Grandmaster. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion did not object to the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion's decision. At this moment, Duan Lingtian finally realized the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion's position in the profound nether mansion. In fact, he had already guessed the answer before he asked the question. He only asked because he wanted to confirm it further. Moreover, he was prepared to break through and become a celestial king with the help of the Ice King Celestial Fruit and the Fire King Celestial Fruit. In the past, he had relied on his consumable royal grade celestial weapon to possess celestial origin energy that was comparable to a celestial king. However, that was just a short-lived power. Now his own cultivation level had broken through to the celestial king tier, and his celestial origin power was no longer just a flash in the pan. It really belonged to him. After returning to the Imperial Tutor Pavilion, Duan Lingtian went into closed-door cultivation. He swallowed the Ice King Celestial Fruit and the Fire King Celestial Fruit. Their medicinal efficacies flowed through his body. At the same time, Duan Lingtian circulated his cultivation method and began to cultivate. Currently, he was still cultivating the King-grade cultivation method, the Tai Profound method, that Huaner's great-aunt had passed to him. Duan Lingtian was so immersed in his cultivation that he lost track of time. It was only when he had broken through and become a celestial king that he finally snapped out of his reverie. At the same time, he discovered the celestial origin energy in his body had undergone tremendous changes. It had become purer, more powerful and more powerful. Of course, the biggest change was in the small world inside his body. With the breakthrough in his cultivation, the small world not only became bigger, but it also became more like a real world. In particular, the main branch of the divine tree of life in the center of the little world had grown larger. It looked like a sapling that was brimming with vitality. Now that I've broken through and become a celestial king, it seems like I can create another little world apart from the little world in my body. With this thought in mind, Duan Lingtian opened his eyes and waved his hand in the air. In the next moment, a spatial tear appeared in the air. However, it was not a spatial tear that led to the turbulent space. It was a spatial tear that led to another little world that he had created. With a wave of his hand, he drew the heaven and earth spirit energy from his little world instead of his own celestial origin energy. Chapter 3181. For immortal kings, they could open up a minor world of their own in any location they wished. A little world could contain anything, including living beings. When Duan Lingtian had just ascended to the spirit overarching heaven, he had entered the little world created by a celestial king from the blissful sect. He had even fallen in love with Murong Bing, a disciple of the compassionate celestial traveler sect. So far, everything seems to be going well. I've become a celestial king in less than 100 years since I ascended. There are only 900 years left before the 1,000 years are up. Today, I'll set a goal to stand at the peak of the Devata realms in 500 years. This way, in the remaining 400 years, I will have the opportunity to obtain greater strength and go to the world of divine remains to rescue Ke-Air and Fei-Air. Duan Lingtian casually created a little world. With just a thought, the little world shattered and ceased to exist. Celestial King. Duan Lingtian opened his eyes and stood up. Although he had experienced the strength of a celestial king in the past, the strength he possessed, and the strength granted by the consumable celestial weapon, were two completely different concepts. Not to mention anything else, just the feeling alone was a world of difference. Senior. About half an hour later, Duan Lingtian arrived at the backyard of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. The old man, the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion, was still fishing. You've made a breakthrough? The old man did not turn around, but it was clear he knew Duan Lingtian had broken through and become a celestial king. Yes, Duan Lingtian nodded. Not bad. You managed to make a breakthrough in less than a month. Although it's mostly due to the celestial fruits, if it weren't for your innate talent, it would have been difficult for you to make a breakthrough in such a short time, the old man said. Duan Lingtian nodded. You should focus on comprehending the law of space and cultivating at the same time. It's best if you don't leave the profound nether mansion before you become a 10 Directions celestial king. Now, you've made quite a few enemies outside. The old man continued to say. Not only the Blood Skull Gang, but even the Azure Green Mansion has sent people to spy on the profound nether mansion. 10 Directions celestial king? How long will he have to stay in the profound nether mansion? Although Duan Lingtian wanted to become a 10 Directions celestial king as soon as possible, he was only a 1 basic celestial king. How long would it take for him to become a 10 Directions celestial king? With your talent, 300 years shouldn't be a problem, the old man said. 300 years. The corners of Duan Lingtian's mouth twitched violently. He was only close to 100 years old. If he really needed 300 years to break through to become a 10 Directions celestial king, wouldn't that be too long? Of course, he was also clear that celestials in the Devata realms would need more time to cultivate as they progressed. For many people, the time it took for them to break through to the 10 directions Celestial King realm, from the one basic Celestial King realm, was more than 10 times the total time it took for them to become a one basic Celestial King. The profound Nether Mansion will provide you with the easiest way to break through from a one basic Celestial King to a 10 directions Celestial King. Will provide you with celestial fruits and celestial pills, as long as you can find them. 300 years is a conservative estimate. If you're lucky, you might be able to break through even faster. The old man said, currently, the profound Nether Mansion has some resources that can help you break through quickly. However, the resources aren't limitless. I've already asked my grand disciple to look for celestial fruits and celestial pills that can help you break through to the 10 directions Celestial King realm in the profound Nether Mansion, compared to the Sioux clan. There's a process to becoming a Celestial King. It's impossible to break through in one go. The effects of a God-grade celestial fruit, like the heaven sacrificial divine fruit, won't appear in the Celestial King realm. Duan Lingtian fell silent for a long time after listening to the old man's words. Moreover, didn't you say you'll deal with the Blood Skull Gang on your own? With your current strength, you'll only be killed if you don't cultivate diligently. Based on what I know, the Blood Skull Gang sent a 10 directions Celestial King and 2 9 palaces Celestial Kings to kill you. Duan Lingtian nodded. A 10 directions Celestial King and 2 9 palaces Celestial Kings? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow. He was not worried at all. At most, he would use his consumable royal-grade celestial weapon to temporarily boost his celestial origin energy and soul energy to the level of a one basic celestial lord. Then, he would be able to kill all of them using the law of space. After all, even a 10 directions Celestial King from the Blood Skull Gang would not be able to comprehend the profundity of the law to the initial stage. With his attainments in the law of space, even if his strength as a one basic celestial lord was just a flash in the pan, he would still be able to kill all 3 of the Blood Skull Gang's assassins. However, at this moment, he was more concerned about another matter. Should he stay in the profound Nether Mansion and cultivate until he became a 10 directions Celestial King? Senior. After taking a deep breath, Duan Lingtian decided to tell the old man his thoughts. If I leave the profound Nether Mansion and stay in the Southern Heaven territory, is it possible that I'll have a fortuitous encounter that will allow me to become a 10 directions Celestial King faster? How naive! Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the old man put down his fishing rod and rose to his feet. Then, he looked at Duan Lingtian and said, the cultivation resources provided by the profound Nether Mansion are equivalent to fortuitous encounters for you. Even if you leave the profound Nether Mansion, you won't be able to obtain more cultivation resources than the profound Nether Mansion. If you're looking for someone to spar with, I can suppress my cultivation base and spar with you at any time. It doesn't matter if you're slightly injured, severely injured, or half crippled. I'll be able to help you. When the old man reached the end of his sentence, he smiled so widely that it sent chills down Duan Lingtian's spine. This is the Southern Heaven territory, not the Upper 7 regions. If we were in the Upper 7 regions, I wouldn't dare to say such words. However, in the Southern Heaven territory, if you want to break through as quickly as possible, staying in the profound Nether Mansion is the best choice for you. Upon hearing the old man's words, Duan Lingtian was rendered speechless. Nevertheless, he knew the old man's understanding of the Southern Heaven territory was far superior to his. Senior, what will happen when I become a 10 directions Celestial King? Are you going to let me go to the Sioux family? Duan Lingtian asked. Yes, Duan Lingtian asked casually. To his surprise, the old man nodded solemnly. Once you've become a 10 directions Celestial King, you can head to the Sioux clan and seek fortuitous encounters in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. In the Southern Heaven territory, it's extremely difficult for a 10 directions Celestial King to break through and become a Celestial Lord on their own. However, if one manages to find a fortuitous encounter in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, one might be able to break through and become a celestial lord. The middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm is only a stage for the disciples of grade 6 celestial mansions in the southern heaven territory. If that's the case, the upper realm will be the stage for celestial kings in the southern heaven territory. The 10 major clans, 5 great sects, other forces and sectless cultivators are all allowed to enter the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm in search of fortuitous encounters. After listening to the old man's explanation, Duan Lingtian learned that the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm was a stage for celestial kings in the southern heaven territory. Apart from the profound nether mansion, where else in the southern heaven territory can help you become a 10 directions celestial king faster? I'm afraid it's the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. However, the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm is filled with danger. It's not as safe as staying in the profound nether mansion. For this reason, I won't allow you to enter the upper realm until you're strong enough. However, if you can improve your comprehension of the law of space and comprehend another profundity to the initial stage, I'll allow you to enter the upper realm, even if you're only a 7-star celestial king or an 8 trigrams celestial king. After the old man finished speaking, he looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully before he continued to say, "For now, it's best for you to stay in the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Senior, based on your words, there should be many celestial kings who have comprehended profundities to the initial stage in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm, right?" Duan Lingtian asked with narrowed eyes. The old man was aware that he had comprehended the law of space's cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage. Although Duan Lingtian was only a 1 basic celestial king, with his comprehension of the law of space, he was not afraid of ordinary 3 talents celestial kings or 4 phenomenon celestial kings. However, if his opponent had comprehended a profundity to the initial stage as well, he would not be a match for him. A lot of things were relative. If one had something that others did not, one would naturally have an advantage. However, if one had something that others had, one would lose one's advantage. That's only natural. Even in the 10 great families and 5 great sects, there are many disciples of those clans and sects who have comprehended some of the profundities to the initial stage, and they are the overlords of those clans. Based on your current comprehension of the law of space, even if you're a 10 directions celestial king, you'll only be able to enter the 2nd tier in the upper realm. It had to be said that the old man's words had dealt a blow to Duan Lingtian. One had to know that he was still very confident in his current strength. If he was given the strength of a 10 directions celestial king, he felt that there would be very few people below the celestial lord realm who could be a match for him. But now, he heard the old man say, even if he was a 10 directions celestial king now, with the profundities from the law of space that he had comprehended, he would only be able to enter the 2nd echelon in the upper realm. Perhaps, in this senior's opinion, I'll be lucky if I can comprehend 1 profundity from the law of space to the initial stage after I become a 7-star celestial king or an 8 trigrams celestial king in the profound nether mansion. Duan Lingtian thought to himself, it's just that he doesn't know that I have the omnipotent divine spark left behind by an existence who became an omnipotent through the laws of space. The speed at which I comprehend the laws of space is beyond his imagination. All right, I'll stay in the profound nether mansion for now. Once I've comprehended 2 profundities from the law of space to the initial stage, I'll be able to enter the upper realm, even if I'm not a 7-star celestial king or an 8 trigrams celestial king. Chapter 3182. Most of the people in the profound nether mansion, including Qi Tianming, were unaware that Duan Lingtian had become a celestial king. They were still waiting for Duan Lingtian to enter the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm and continue to create a legend. They were confident that with Duan Lingtian's strength and luck, he would definitely rank first. However, after waiting for half a month, Duan Lingtian had yet to enter the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Duan Lingtian seemed to have vanished without a trace. What's going on? Where's senior brother Duan Lingtian? Don't tell me senior brother Duan Lingtian has left the profound nether mansion? That's possible. Otherwise, why hasn't he entered the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm, since it's been half a month? Isn't it said that senior brother Duan Lingtian is the reinforcements the profound nether mansion has hired? It's normal for him to leave, right? Based on the news, senior brother Duan Lingtian isn't the reinforcements the profound nether mansion has hired. He's from the Simplicity Celestial sect. The Simplicity Celestial sect? One of the 3 sects and 2 clans? Heavens! I didn't expect senior brother Duan Lingtian to be from the Simplicity Celestial sect. I think senior brother Duan Lingtian must have been taken away by the Su clan. Otherwise, he would have entered the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Everyone in the profound nether mansion was talking about Duan Lingtian, who had yet to enter the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. You're not going to enter the middle realm this month? Qi Tianming asked Duan Lingtian through voice transmission. Enter what? Duan Lingtian was conversing with the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion when he received Qi Tianming's message. For a moment, he did not understand what Qi Tianming meant. The middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm, Qi Tianming replied. Now that I've become a celestial king, do you think I'll still be able to enter the middle realm? Duan Lingtian replied. Qi Tianming was stunned when he received Duan Lingtian's reply. He did not expect Duan Lingtian would reply like this. He has become a celestial king? Qi Tianming was truly shocked. Based on his knowledge, Duan Lingtian had become a 10 directions celestial duke from a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial after consuming the heaven sacrificial divine fruit. However, he had just become a 10 directions celestial duke, and yet, he had already broken through to the celestial king realm. He remembered that after consuming the heaven sacrificial divine fruit, he would be able to make a breakthrough from a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial to a 10 directions celestial duke. Under such circumstances, Duan Lingtian's Duana Heaven, the Imperial Pavilion Senior, since you've said so, I'll stay in the profound nether mansion. I'll leave when I'm strong enough to enter the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Duan Lingtian told the old man. Tian. The old man nodded in satisfaction when he heard Duan Lingtian's reply. Then, as though he was reminded of something, he looked at Duan Lingtian and said, Speaking of which, there's a new woman keeping an eye on the profound nether mansion. Strangely enough, there are 2 people tailing her. That woman came to the profound nether mansion after the 3 assassins from the Blood Skull Gang and the people from the Azure Green Mansion. Do you know her? The old man asked. A woman. Duan Lingtian frowned slightly. What does she look like? I can't see her face. Not only is she wearing a veil, but she's also wearing a bamboo hat as well. The old man replied. Upon hearing the old man's words, Duan Lingtian's expression changed drastically. He was reminded of someone when he heard the old man's words. Huaner. Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes. He looked at the old man and asked anxiously, Senior, where is she now? She might be a friend that I've been looking for a long time. Perhaps, she heard that I'm in the profound nether mansion, and that's why she's here. The more Duan Lingtian thought about it, the more he felt it was likely that the woman was Huaner. A friend of yours? The old man raised an eyebrow. With a wave of his hand, an invisible energy surged out of his hand and shrouded Duan Lingtian. In just a blink of an eye, Duan Lingtian discovered the old man had brought him out of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. Due to the speed of the old man's movement, he could not see his surroundings at all. She's over there. When Duan Lingtian saw the old man had slowed down, the old man's voice rang in his ears again. Upon hearing the old man's words, Duan Lingtian turned to look. With just a glance, he saw a beautiful figure standing in the distance. It was a woman with a bamboo hat on her head and a veil on her face. She wore a white robe and had a graceful figure and an extraordinary temperament. No matter if it was the veil on the woman's face or the bamboo hat on her head, Duan Lingtian was no stranger to them. After all, he was the one who had brought her to buy them. Duan Lingtian was overjoyed. He did not expect to see Huan in the profound nether mansion. He was relieved to see that Huaner was fine. Don't be in such a hurry to show yourself. Just as Duan Lingtian was about to step forward, the old man's voice rang in the air. There are two people following her. They're not humans but celestial beasts. I've used my divine consciousness to probe them. If I'm not mistaken, they're from the Phantom Fox clan. Duan Lingtian's expression changed drastically when he heard the old man's words. The Phantom Fox clan? Duan Lingtian could still remember what Huaner's great-aunt had told him. Huaner's great-aunt had told him that before she became a celestial emperor, she was not to interact with anyone from the Phantom Fox clan other than her mother. However, if anyone from the Phantom Fox clan set their eyes on her, she would kill them unless their surname was due otherwise. Huaner's life would be in danger. It seemed like it was related to the internal strife of the Phantom Fox clan. Senior, Duan Lingtian took a deep breath before he looked at the old man and asked, "Are you sure they're from the Phantom Fox clan?" "I'm sure they are," the old man replied. "Senior, please take me to them. I'll ask for their names. If they don't tell me their surname is due, I'll need your help to kill them. Try not to let them use communication celestial talismans before they die," Duan Lingtian said solemnly as he looked at the old man. "All right." The old man nodded and did not ask any further questions. It was as though he was willing to help Duan Lingtian for no reason. In fact, he'd already taken Duan Lingtian to be his last life-saving straw. If Duan Lingtian wasn't here, his chances of taking revenge for his father would be even slimmer. There was one thing that Duan Lingtian was unaware of. In fact, the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion was not only related to the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion from 30,000 years ago, but he was also the biological son of the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion. At that time, the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion and his mother were being hunted down. His mother had given birth to him before she died. He had only learned about his birth through the memory celestial talisman that his mother had left for him. Although he had joined the Profound Nether Mansion and rose to the top due to his hatred, he was still unable to kill the patriarch of the He clan to avenge his parents. For this reason, he could only place his hopes on someone else. However, Duan Lingtian's appearance had given him hope. From the moment Duan Lingtian promised to avenge his father, Duan Lingtian's life was more important than his own. Let alone Duan Lingtian. Even if Duan Lingtian wanted him dead, he would not hesitate to kill himself as long as Duan Lingtian wanted him to avenge his father. Swoosh, swoosh. The old man brought Duan Lingtian with him and appeared in front of the two men who were tailing Huaner. At this moment, Duan Lingtian finally saw the two men. They were a young man and a middle-aged man. They were stunned when they saw Duan Lingtian and Huaner. "Why are the two of you sneaking around the Profound Nether Mansion?" Duan Lingtian glared at the two men and said in a deep voice, "You'd better tell me where you're from. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving this place alive." Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the two men's expressions changed drastically. They did not see clearly how Duan Lingtian and the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion had arrived. They did not even have time to react. This was enough to show that at least one of the two was far stronger than them. "Sir, we're from the Phantom Fox clan. My name is Zhang Qiyu, and his name is Zhang Lizhong. We bear no ill will toward the Profound Nether Mansion." The moment Duan Lingtian's words left his mouth, the young man took the initiative to speak. "His surname is not due." Duan Lingtian's eyes widened in shock. When Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes, the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion, who was standing next to him, raised his hand casually. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. Before Duan Lingtian could react, the two men from the Phantom Fox clan who were tailing Huaner were pierced by vines. In just a blink of an eye they were dead. In such a short time, they didn't even have time to react, let alone send a message. The smiles on their faces were still plastered on their faces. How powerful! At this moment, Duan Lingtian could sense how terrifying the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion was. "Thank you, Senior." Duan Lingtian sucked in a breath of cold air. When he regained his senses, he thanked the old man repeatedly. After thanking the old man, Duan Lingtian asked, "Senior, even if the other members of the Phantom Fox clan don't know who killed them, I'm sure they know they died outside the profound nether mansion. They won't bring trouble to the profound nether mansion, right? In terms of strength, the Phantom Fox clan in the Southern Heaven Territory is no match for the profound nether mansion. Even if they come looking for trouble, the profound nether mansion isn't afraid. The old man replied nonchalantly. Upon hearing this, Duan Lingtian heaved a sigh of relief. Huaner. With the old man leading the way, Duan Lingtian appeared near Huaner. Huaner was still looking at the profound nether mansion's estate from afar. Huaner. Duan Lingtian looked at Huaner from afar. His eyes were brimming with excitement when he called out her name. Chapter 3183. Huaner. Huaner, whose back was facing Duan Lingtian, trembled violently when she heard Duan Lingtian's voice. Then she slowly turned around. With just a glance, she saw the purple-clad young man standing nearby. Although she had not seen him for a few years, he did not seem to have changed at all. Big brother Lingtian? I'm not dreaming, am I? Huaner removed the bamboo hat and veil from her head, revealing her flawless face. Everything around her seemed to pale in comparison. Even the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion was shocked by Huaner's appearance. He had lived for more than 30,000 years, but this was the first time he had seen such a beautiful woman. How can there be such a perfect woman in this world? Huaner. Upon seeing Huaner's face, Duan Lingtian could no longer hold himself back. He stepped into the air and hurried toward her. Huaner seemed to have turned into a gust of wind as she flew into Duan Lingtian's arms and hugged him tightly. Big brother Lingtian, I missed you so much. I missed you so much. She could not stop muttering to herself as she lay in Duan Lingtian's arms. Two streams of tears could be seen rolling down her beautiful eyes. I missed you too. Duan Lingtian hugged Huaner tightly in his arms. The longing that had been buried deep in his heart erupted in an instant. When Huaner had left without saying goodbye, he had nearly gone mad with worry. Now that he saw Huaner standing in front of him safe and sound, he sighed in relief. Huaner, promise big brother Lingtian that you won't leave without saying goodbye in the future, okay? Duan Lingtian said after about 15 minutes had passed. He slowly pushed Huaner away and looked into her eyes. Big brother Lingtian, I've been away for a few years. Have you missed me? At this moment, Duan Lingtian could not help but feel a pang of heartache when he saw the tears that streaked down her cheeks. Of course, big brother Lingtian is worried about you. He's worried that something might happen to you while you're out there alone. When you left without saying goodbye, big brother Lingtian searched for you for a long time, but he couldn't find you. Where did you go? Duan Lingtian said seriously. In that case, Huaner's departure was not completely meaningless. Huaner said, You little girl, how can you think like that? Duan Lingtian was rendered speechless by Huaner's words. He could not help but recall the words recorded in the celestial talisman that Huaner had left behind when she left without saying goodbye. Big brother Lingtian, I'm leaving. I didn't want to leave, but I've decided to leave. Perhaps you'll miss me more when I'm gone. Just like how you miss Sister Morong Bing, Sister Kerr, Sister Li Fei, and Sister Feng Tianwu. This was the reason why Huaner had left without saying goodbye. Even now, Duan Lingtian still felt that Huaner was too willful and childish. However, he knew that Huaner was still a child. After all, she had only begun to see the world after meeting him. It was understandable for her to do something like that. If he had to blame someone, he could only blame himself for not coaxing Huaner. Huaner, promise big brother Lingtian that you won't leave again. During your absence, big brother Lingtian realized how important you are to big brother Lingtian. Duan Lingtian said. Although Duan Lingtian was coaxing Huaner, the truth was, after Huaner left, he realized she was more important to him than he had imagined. Is that true? Huaner's emotions stirred when she heard Duan Lingtian's words. She looked at Duan Lingtian solemnly, as though she wanted confirmation from Duan Lingtian. It's true. Duan Lingtian nodded. Big brother Lingtian, I don't want to leave you again. Huaner threw herself into Duan Lingtian's arms again. She did not let go for a long time, until Duan Lingtian told her that there was someone else present. Then, she shyly pulled away from Duan Lingtian's embrace. Senior, this is Huan Er. She's my younger sister. Duan Lingtian held Huan Er's hand and introduced her to the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion. Younger sister? The old man smiled. You're my lover, right? Duan Lingtian felt slightly awkward when he heard the old man's words. Huan Er, on the other hand, smiled when she heard the old man's words. Old man, you really know how to talk. Are you from the profound nether mansion as well? Huan Er, don't be rude. Duan Lingtian hastily stopped Huan Er. It's all right. The old man waved his hand dismissively and said, I think this girl is inexperienced. It's only natural that she doesn't know the ways of the world. However, why would the Phantom Fox clan target her? The old man studied Huan Er intently for a moment, but he did not notice anything amiss. He did not even notice that Huan Er was not human. Huan Er was a rare Thousand Phantoms ice fox in the Phantom Fox clan. Her aura had always been well hidden. Now that her cultivation base had improved, only celestial emperors and above would be able to tell that she was not human. Naturally, those from the Phantom Fox clan would be able to sense her aura. Those who were more knowledgeable would be able to tell that she was a Thousand Phantoms ice fox. It's a long story. I'll explain it to you when we have the time, Senior. Duan Lingtian did not intend to lie to the old man, so he changed the topic and asked, Senior, it shouldn't be a problem for Huan Er to join the profound nether mansion, right? Of course. A 10 Directions celestial duke, who's not even 100 years old. She's as monstrous as you. You're really trying to squeeze me dry, the old man said with a sigh. At this moment, Duan Lingtian discovered that Huan Er had become a 10 Directions celestial duke. Just like a month ago, he had become a 10 Directions celestial duke. After all, he had only become a 10 Directions celestial duke in such a short time, because he had obtained the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit. However, Huan Er did not consume the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit. If Huan Er didn't encounter any fortuitous encounter after we parted ways, it's true that she's a Thousand Phantoms ice fox. In the end, Duan Lingtian could only attribute Huan Er's cultivation base to her true form, the Thousand Phantoms ice fox. As soon as the old man finished speaking, he brought out an exquisite box. When Duan Lingtian opened the box, he was shocked. There were 2 celestial fruits in the box. They were none other than the Ice King celestial fruit and the Fire King celestial fruit. These 2 celestial fruits could help a 10 Directions celestial duke become a 1 basic celestial king in a short time. Duan Lingtian knew the effects of these 2 celestial fruits since he had consumed them before. However, he did not expect this. After the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion had given him 2 celestial fruits, he did not expect the old man to give him 2 more celestial fruits. When did the Ice King celestial fruit and the Fire King celestial fruit become so worthless? Little girl, this is the first time we've met. Here's a gift for you. The old man closed the box and passed it to Huan Er. However, Huan Er did not accept the gift. Instead, she looked at Duan Lingtian. Senior, isn't this a little too valuable? Duan Lingtian asked with a solemn expression on his face. He wanted Huan Er to consume the celestial fruits, since she was a 10 Directions celestial duke. After all, she would be able to become a celestial king in a short time if she consumed the fruits. However, the celestial fruits were indeed very valuable. Before the old man could reply, Duan Lingtian said, Why don't we accept the celestial fruits and take it as I owe you a favor? Brat, you clearly want the fruits, but why are you being so courteous? They're not for you, so stop trying to put on an act. The old man said snappily, This is my gift to the little girl. She's called Huan Er, right? Based on what he had seen earlier, the old man could see Huan Er's feelings for Duan Lingtian. He could also see how important she was to Duan Lingtian. With these 2 celestial fruits, there was no doubt that he would be able to tie Duan Lingtian to him even more firmly. Moreover, he found Huan Er pleasing to the eye. Huan Er, since Senior insists on giving it to you, just accept it. Duan Lingtian said to Huan Er. At the same time, he made up his mind to return the favor if he had the chance in the future. Thank you. Huan Er thanked the old man before she took the box and passed it to Duan Lingtian. Clearly, she had no intention of keeping it for herself. Huan Er, keep it for yourself. Don't underestimate these two fruits. After you consume them, you'll be able to break through and become a celestial king in a short time. Duan Lingtian hastily said when he saw Huan passing the box to him. As soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking, he added, I consumed these two celestial fruits a month ago, and I'm now a one basic celestial king. At the same time, Duan Lingtian could not help but look at the old man. He wondered how many Ice King celestial fruits and Fire King celestial fruits the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion had. Little guy, don't even think about taking advantage of me. I only have 2 Ice King celestial fruits and 2 Fire King celestial fruits, and I'll give them to you now. The old man seemed to have seen through Duan Lingtian's thoughts when he saw through Duan Lingtian's thoughts. Huan Er's eyes lit up when she heard Duan Lingtian's words. She did not expect the 2 fruits to be so powerful. After a short while, Duan Lingtian and Huan were led back to the Imperial Tudor Pavilion by the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion. The Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion returned to the backyard and did not disturb Duan Lingtian and Huan reunion. Huan how have you been these past few years? Duan Lingtian asked Huan in the room. He wanted to know what she had gone through in the past few years for her to become a 10 Directions Celestial Duke so quickly. After listening to Huan's explanation, Duan Lingtian learned that she had spent most of her time cultivating in seclusion. As for her breakthrough in cultivation, it was natural. Duan Lingtian was greatly affected by Huan's words. 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox is a rare existence in the Phantom Fox clan that only appears once in a million years. In Duan Lingtian's opinion, even without consuming the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit, she was still able to become a 10 Directions Celestial Duke in such a short time. In terms of cultivation speed, few people in the spirit overarching heaven could compare to her. By the way, have you comprehended any profundities? Suddenly, Duan Lingtian remembered this important matter. Yes, Huan nodded. What law did you comprehend? Chapter 3184. The Law of Space. Huan replied to Duan Lingtian's question. The Law of Space. Upon hearing this, Duan Lingtian widened his eyes in shock. He did not expect Huan to comprehend the Law of Space as well. However, after thinking about it for a moment, he felt relieved. The Phantom Fox clan specialized in the Tao of Illusions. As a rare 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox in the Phantom Fox clan, it was only natural for her to comprehend one of the 4 supreme laws, the Law of Space. How many profundities have you comprehended? Duan Lingtian asked again. I think 5, Huan replied. Duan Lingtian nodded. 5. Upon hearing this, Duan Lingtian was not as shocked as before. After all, he had comprehended 7 profundities from the Law of Space. Moreover, he had even comprehended one of the profundities to the initial stage. Which 5? Duan Lingtian asked again. Teleportation, distortion, confinement, magnetic storm, and creation. These 5, Huan replied. Duan Lingtian nodded. Magnetic storm? Creation? Duan Lingtian's eyes widened slightly when he heard these 2 profundities from the Law of Space. There were a total of 9 profundities from the Law of Space. Apart from the space elemental profundity, there were also 8 profundities. Teleportation, distortion, confinement, territory, dimensional slash, magnetic storm, and creation. Huan you've comprehended 6 profundities. You still have the space elemental profundity. Duan Lingtian smiled bitterly. He did not expect Huan to have comprehended 6 profundities from the Law of Space, only 1 less than him. Huan you haven't comprehended any profundities to the initial stage, right? Duan Lingtian asked again. Yes. Huan nodded. Duan Lingtian was stunned. Which profundities have you comprehended to the initial stage? Creation, Huan replied. Duan Lingtian nodded. The creation profundity was one of the profundities from the Law of Space. It was a supportive profundity. Once it was cast, it could create countless spaces to confuse the opponent. The effect of the creation Upanishad was similar to an illusion formation. As a 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox who has comprehended the creation profundity, she should have an advantage. However, I didn't expect her strength to improve so much in just a few years. Duan Lingtian was a little shocked. Fortunately, the two Phantom Fox clan members did not do anything to Huaner. They only followed her. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to track Huaner's 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox for so long. Duan Lingtian thought to himself. On the way back to the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, Duan Lingtian had already asked the Imperial Tudor Pavilion Master about the cultivation of those two people. One was a 7 stars Immortal King, while the other was an 8 trigrams Immortal King. If they made a move, Huaner wouldn't be a match for them. Even if they can't confirm that she's the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox, they're still suspicious of her. I wonder if they have told the other members of the Phantom Fox clan about this matter. If he tells others, I'm afraid things will get a little troublesome. With this thought in mind, Duan Lingtian frowned slightly. He could not help but feel worried. As it turned out, Duan Lingtian's guess was right. After the two Phantom Foxes were killed by the Imperial Tudor Pavilion Master, the Phantom Fox clan in the Southern Heaven Territory learned about this. After all, the two Celestial Kings had left their soul orbs in the Phantom Fox clan. Naturally, the Phantom Fox clan was alerted when their soul orbs shattered. Zhang Qiyu and Zhang Lishong are dead. Before they died, they sent a message saying that they had encountered a woman suspected to be a 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox. A 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox? Isn't she the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox that the main clan in the 7 Upper Province ordered us to keep an eye on? Are you sure? No, it's just a suspicion. However, with Zhang Qiyu and Zhang Lizhong's deaths, it seems like things aren't as simple as they seem. Didn't Zhang Qiyu and Zhang Lizhong say that the woman is only a 10 Directions Celestial Duke? Moreover, she's not even 100 years old. A 10 Directions Celestial Duke, who's not even 100 years old? With her innate talent, it's highly likely that she's a 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox. What's so rare about a 10 Directions Celestial Duke, who's not even 100 years old? Haven't you heard that the Profound Nether Mansion has a 10 Directions Celestial Duke, who's not even 100 years old? Not only that, but she has also comprehended 9 profundities from the law of space, and has even comprehended the law of space's cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage. No matter what, we have to investigate that woman. Did Zhang Qiyu and Zhang Lishong say where they are in their last message? They did say that they're in the Profound Nether Mansion. The Profound Nether Mansion? The Profound Nether Mansion where Duan Lingtian, who swept through the central province of the Southern Heaven Territory, is from? At this moment, 3 figures flew out from the Phantom Fox clan. They were led by a white-clad, white-haired and white-browed young man. The white-haired, white-browed young man looked to be in his early 20s at most. However, it was such a young man that the 2 old men behind him were extremely respectful towards him. The white-clad young man was none other than the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan in the Southern Heaven Territory. He was a celestial lord. Since he had received news about the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox and the Profound Nether Mansion, he had no choice but to personally investigate the matter. The main Phantom Fox clan was located in the 7 Upper Province of the Spirit Overarching Heaven. The Phantom Fox clan in the Southern Heaven Territory was only a branch clan. However, 10 years ago, the branch clans in the Southern Heaven Territory, including the Phantom Fox clan, had received an order from the main Phantom Fox clan. They were looking for the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox in the Phantom Fox clan. Clan leader, why do you think the main Phantom Fox clan is so desperate to find the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox? Based on what I know, the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Foxes that appeared in the Phantom Fox clan in the past were kept in the wild until they became celestial emperors. One of the old men could not help but ask the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. Upon hearing the old man's question, the other old man looked at the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan curiously. Based on what I know, the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox that appeared in the Phantom Fox clan is from the Du clan. Do you understand what I'm saying? The clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan said indifferently. The Phantom Fox clan was divided into 3 main surnames, one of which was the Phantom Fox clan. First, the Phantom Fox clan was a branch clan with the surname Zhang. Second, the Du clan. Third, the Yuan clan. The Zhang clan has always been neutral. However, the Yuan clan and the Du clan have been fighting each other for years. Do you think the higher-ups intend to help the Du clan or the Yuan clan? The old man who had remained silent earlier asked. That's not something we can speculate on. All we can do is investigate if the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox that Zhang Lizhong and Zhang Qiyu are after is really the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. If it's true, we'll report it to the main Phantom Fox clan and be rewarded handsomely. The eyes of the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan in the Southern Heaven territory shone brightly when he thought about the rewards promised by the main Phantom Fox clan. The eyes of the two old men behind him lit up when they heard the clan leader's words. Duan Lingtian was, naturally, unaware that the people from the Phantom Fox clan had made their way to the profound Nether Mansion. Moreover, the person leading the group was the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, a celestial lord. Since Huaner has also comprehended the law of space, she should be able to use the supreme powerhouse divinity as well. Duan Lingtian decided to share the supreme powerhouse divinity with Huaner after learning that she had also comprehended the law of space. As long as one carried the supreme powerhouse divinity with them, they would be able to see the law of space in their dreams. Huaner. Before sharing the supreme powerhouse divinity with Huaner, Duan Lingtian decided to let Huaner try it first to see if she could see the law of space in her dreams. After all, Huaner was not human. After Huaner woke up, Duan Lingtian knew the supreme powerhouse divinity would be beneficial to her. Huaner, since the supreme powerhouse divinity is beneficial to you, you can sleep while I cultivate. You can cultivate while I sleep. Duan Lingtian said to Huaner, I'll listen to you, brother Lingtian. Huaner nodded obediently. Huaner has always been a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox, and her innate talent and comprehension are frightening. With the Imperial Tudor Pavilion's cultivation resources, and the Supreme Divinity, her cultivation speed and comprehension speed are definitely above mine. Duan Lingtian knew this very well. However, he did not feel disappointed or jealous. Instead, he felt happy for Huaner. No matter how strong Huaner was, she was still his woman. She would only help him deal with others, not others. It was no different from him becoming stronger on his own. While Duan Lingtian and Huaner were cultivating and sleeping, the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion received a message from the patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan. Grandmaster. Since the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion had informed the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion after killing the two members of the Phantom Fox clan, the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion immediately contacted the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion. The leader of the Phantom Fox clan is here? The old man was slightly surprised when he heard the message from the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion. His eyes glinted as he said, It seems like that girl isn't as simple as she seems. Meet him. If possible, try to sound him out and see why he's here. The old man replied to the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion. All right. Upon receiving the message, the mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion went to meet the patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan. Clan leader Zhang, may I know why you've come to the profound Nether Mansion? Based on what I know, this is your first time visiting the profound Nether Mansion. The mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion asked with a smile. Mansion master Zhang, one wouldn't visit a temple without a reason. I'm here because two members of the Phantom Fox clan are suspected to have died outside the profound Nether Mansion. Do you have any leads? The mansion master of the Phantom Fox clan asked without beating around the bush. Is that so? The mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion was shocked. However, why are the members of the Phantom Fox clan here? Don't tell me they're working for the Blood Skull Gang? The mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion asked curiously. The Blood Skull Gang? The patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan frowned. There are 3 other assassins from the Blood Skull Gang outside the profound Nether Mansion. Is it possible that your clansmen had a conflict with them? Chapter 3185. Assassins from the Blood Skull Gang? Moreover, there are 3 of them? The patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan frowned when he heard the mansion master's words. Mansion Master Zhong, why did you allow the assassins from the Blood Skull Gang to ambush the profound Nether Mansion? They didn't do anything. so it's not appropriate for us to act recklessly. After all, the Blood Skull Gang is one of the top assassin organizations in the Southern Heaven Territory. The Patriarch of the Profound Nether Mansion said, "They're here for Duan Lingtian?" The Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan asked. "Although I rarely leave the Phantom Fox Clan, I've heard of Duan Lingtian's name. Rumor has it that he has become a 10 Directions Celestial Duke before the age of 100. Moreover, he has comprehended all the profundities from the law of space, and has even comprehended the law of space's cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage." Patriarch Zhang, it seems like you know a lot about Duan Lingtian. However, it seems like you're behind the times. He's no longer a 10 Directions Celestial Duke. He has become a Celestial King. The Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion said with a smile. A breakthrough? The Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan was shocked. Then realization dawned on him. No wonder I haven't heard about him entering the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Initially, I thought he couldn't find a match in the middle realm, so he didn't bother to enter. Mansion Master Zhong, may I have the honor of meeting him? The Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan asked with a glint in his eyes. Although the two men from the Phantom Fox Clan had died outside the Profound Nether Mansion's estate, they had said they were following a woman who seemed to be 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox. Moreover, the woman was not even 100 years old, but she was already a 10 Directions Celestial Duke. However, when the Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan thought about Duan Lingtian in the Profound Nether Mansion, he could not help but wonder if the woman was 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox as well. After all, the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox that had appeared in the Phantom Fox Clan 1,000,000 years ago was a man. The Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan was unaware that Duan Lingtian had consumed the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit. He's currently cultivating in the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. I'll have to ask the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion if he's free. The Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion said. Imperial Tutor Palace? The leader of the Phantom Fox Clan was shocked. Duan Lingtian is already the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion? However, with his innate talent and comprehension ability, he's indeed qualified to be the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion. He had heard about the significance of being the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion. Yes, he's currently the Imperial Tutor of the Profound Nether Mansion. The Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion nodded. At the same time, he sent a message to the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion, Duan Lingtian, asking if he was willing to meet the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan. The Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion also asked Duan Lingtian. I'll go. Duan Lingtian was awakened from his cultivation. He did not expect the leader of the Southern Heaven Territory's Phantom Fox Clan would come to the Profound Nether Mansion after the deaths of the two Phantom Foxes. Moreover, the clan leader of the Southern Heaven Territory wanted to kill him. The reason he wants to see me isn't because I'm involved in the deaths of the two Phantom Foxes. It must be because of something else. Duan Lingtian decided to meet the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan. After all, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan was a potential threat to him. Perhaps the day would come when the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan would oppose him. Now that he had the chance to meet the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan, he could use this opportunity to test the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan. Under the guidance of an elder from the Profound Nether Mansion, Duan Lingtian arrived at the place where the Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion was entertaining the clan leader of the Phantom Fox Clan. Mansion Master. As Duan Lingtian greeted the Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion, he saw 3 people sitting at the side. Among the 3 people, only one of them was seated. He was a young man with white hair and eyebrows. 2 old men stood behind him, one on his left and one on his right. They looked like 2 competent bodyguards. Duan Lingtian, this is clan leader Zhang from the Phantom Fox Clan. He's heard about you a long time ago. He came to the Profound Nether Mansion to meet you, because he's curious about you. The Mansion Master of the Profound Nether Mansion smiled. Clan leader Zhang. At this moment, Duan Lingtian turned to look at the Patriarch of the Phantom Fox Clan, and greeted the Patriarch. At the same time, the mansion master of the profound nether mansion sent a voice transmission to Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian, a fox is cunning. Since Zhangdong Nan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, wants to see you. It's not a spur-of-the-moment decision. Duan Lingtian, I've long heard of you. Now that I've met you, I can see you live up to your reputation, as expected of a prodigy among humans. Zhang Dongnan said with a sigh as he looked at Duan Lingtian. As soon as he saw Duan Lingtian, he was certain Duan Lingtian was not 1,000 Phantoms ice fox. After all, he did not sense the aura of a Duan Lingtian from the Phantom Fox clan. Therefore, he did not suspect Duan Lingtian. If 1,000 Phantoms ice fox was a 10-direction celestial duke, it would be difficult for him to confirm Duan Lingtian's identity with his cultivation base. Therefore, he could only suspect Duan Lingtian's identity. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion had warned Duan Lingtian, because he was worried Zhang Dongnan would lead Duan Lingtian by the nose and try to pry information out of him. However, he did not expect Zhang Dongnan would only chat with Duan Lingtian after meeting him. He did not have any intention of trying to get information out of him at all. Duan Lingtian was puzzled. On the other hand, Duan Lingtian was puzzled as well. It seemed like Zhang Dongnan only wanted to get to know him. After chatting with Duan Lingtian for about half an hour, Zhang Dongnan suddenly recalled something. He looked at the mansion master of the profound nether mansion and asked, Mansion Master Zhong, did anyone join the profound nether mansion recently? For example, a young woman who's not even 100 years old and wears a veil, a bamboo hat, and a white robe. The only person who joined the profound nether mansion recently is Duan Lingtian. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion said. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion said, Clan leader Zhang, I'm sure you've heard that the profound nether mansion only accepts disciples at certain times. Apart from monstrous geniuses like Duan Lingtian, the profound nether mansion won't accept disciples. Alright. Zhang Dongnan nodded. Then, he rose to his feet and bade farewell to the mansion master of the profound nether mansion and Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian, if you have time, you can visit the Phantom Fox clan. There are many beauties in the Phantom Fox clan. Who knows, you might find your celestial companion there. Zhang Dongnan said to Duan Lingtian meaningfully before he left. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion sneered when he heard Zhang Dongnan's words. He knew Zhang Dongnan intended to use the women from the Phantom Fox clan to bind Duan Lingtian to the Phantom Fox clan. However, he was not worried Duan Lingtian would fall for his trick. This was because his grand ancestor had told him through voice transmission that the woman whom his grand ancestor had killed was extremely beautiful. It would be difficult to find another woman who could compare to her in this world. His grandmaster had lived for more than 30,000 years and had seen countless women. Based on his grandmaster's words, it was not difficult for him to imagine that the woman by Duan Lingtian's side was a peerless beauty. You must be joking, clan leader Zhang. I, Duan Lingtian, am married. I even have a son and a daughter, but I don't dare to fool around outside. Duan Lingtian said with a smile on his face. Which capable man doesn't have multiple wives and concubines? Take me for example. I just recently took in my 16th concubine. Zhang Dongnan gave Duan Lingtian a knowing look before he left with the two men behind him. Duan Lingtian, remember what I said. Come visit the Phantom Fox clan when you're free. Before Zhang Dongnan left, he did not forget to remind Duan Lingtian through voice transmission. Upon seeing this, Duan Lingtian could not help but smile wryly. Why was the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan acting like a matchmaker? Duan Lingtian, Zhang Dongnan is here for the two dead members of the Phantom Fox clan. I'm curious, who's the woman by your side? The mansion master of the profound nether mansion asked curiously as he looked at Duan Lingtian. Mansion master. Duan Lingtian shook his head and said, Due to some reasons, I can't reveal her identity to you. Please forgive me. The fact that she was 1,000 Phantoms ice fox was related to her safety, so it was best if fewer people knew about it. Outside the profound nether mansion, after Zhang Dongnan left the profound nether mansion with the two old men, He was in no hurry to return to the Phantom Fox clan. The mansion master of the profound Nether Mansion said there are 3 assassins from the Blood Skull Gang waiting outside the profound Nether Mansion. Perhaps they have seen Zhang Qiyu and Zhang Lizhong. Zhang Dongnan's eyes glinted as he said to the 2 old men behind him, "Let's split up and find those 3 assassins." "Yes, Lord Clan Leader." The 2 old men nodded and left. Zhang Dongnan was the patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan, a celestial lord. The 2 old men he brought with him this time were also outstanding 10 Directions celestial kings. Both of them had comprehended profundities to the initial mastery stage. Even in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, these 2 old men were well-known figures. About 15 minutes later, Zhang Dongnan received news that one of the 2 old men had discovered the 3 assassins from the Blood Skull Gang. North of the profound Nether Mansion's estate, a man and 3 men were facing each other on a lofty mountain. The 3 men were dressed in black, and they were led by a middle-aged man with a cold expression on his face. However, at this moment, this middle-aged man with a grave and stern face was looking at the old man in front of him with deep fear in his eyes. "Situyu, I didn't expect you to come personally. It seems like your target this time isn't as simple as it seems." The old man looked at the middle-aged man, with a surprised expression on his face. Based on the middle-aged man's words, it was obvious he was an old acquaintance of the middle-aged man. "Zhang Zhenhai, why are you here?" The middle-aged man, Situyu, asked in a deep voice. "Zhang Zhenhai." Upon hearing Situyu's words, the eyes of the 2 men standing behind him widened in shock. If Duan Lingtian were here, he would recognize the 2 men standing behind Situyu as the 2 assassins from the Blood Skull Gang, who had chased after him in the Jade Emperor Heaven. Chapter 3186. Leng Yi, one of the 2 assassins from the Blood Skull Gang, who had gone to the Jade Yellow Heaven to hunt down Duan Lingtian, had been waiting for Duan Lingtian outside the Simplicity Celestial Sex Estate for a long time. However, Duan Lingtian had managed to escape with a Wind Shadow escape talisman. Leng Yi was ashamed of this. Initially, Leng Yi thought he could kill Duan Lingtian in the Heaven of Yellow Heaven. He did not expect Duan Lingtian would be able to escape from him again. This time, in order to kill Duan Lingtian, the Blood Skull Gang had sent a 9 Palaces Celestial King assassin who had gone to the Jade Yellow Heaven with Leng Yi. Apart from that, they had also sent their trump card. This trump card was none other than Situyu, the strongest assassin in the Blood Skull Gang, who was not a celestial lord. Not only was Situyu an assassin from the Blood Skull Gang, but he was also famous in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. He had comprehended all the profundities from the Law of Wind, and had even comprehended one of the profundities to the initial stage. Zhang Zhenhai, the one who has comprehended all the profundities from the Law of Metal, and the Light Shadow profundity to the initial stage? Leng Yi and the other 9 Palaces Celestial King from the Blood Skull Gang exchanged a look. Both of them could see the shock in each other's eyes. Zhang Zhenhai was too famous. Although Zhang Zhenhai's profundities were on par with Situyu's profundities, Situyu's profundities were much stronger than Zhang Zhenhai's. However, Zhang Zhenhai was stronger than Situyu. Situyu was only a human, and did not have much to rely on. On the other hand, Zhang Zhenhai was a celestial beast, a phantom fox. Most importantly, Zhang Zhenhai was a phantom fox. After all, Zhang Zhenhai had defeated Situyu in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. "I came here with my patriarch," Zhang Zhenhai replied to Situyu's question. As soon as Zhang Zhenhai finished speaking, he seemed to have sensed something. His body trembled as he took a few steps back. In the next moment, a figure appeared in front of Zhang Zhenhai like a phantom. It was none other than Zhang Zhenhai, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. Whoosh! After Zhang Dongnan, another figure appeared behind Zhang Dongnan, standing side by side with Zhang Zhenhai. Zhang Yenting. When Situyu saw the other old man standing beside Zhang Dongnan, his pupils shrank again, and he let out a cry of surprise. "Zhang Yenting." Leng Yi and the other man behind Situyu looked at the other old man beside Zhang Zhenhai, and their pupils shrank simultaneously. Zhang Yunting's strength was on par with Zhang Zhenhai. He was also a famous figure in the upper realm. Most importantly, like Zhang Zhenhai, he was also a member of the Phantom Fox clan. Just now, Zhang Zhenhai said that he came with their clan leader? Then isn't the person standing in front of him, and Zhang Yunting? Leng Yi and the other Blood Skull Gang assassin beside him exchanged a glance. While they were communicating via soul transmission, their pupils constricted simultaneously. Greetings, Lord Dong Nan. I'm Situyu from the Blood Skull Gang. While Leng Yi and the other Blood Skull Gang assassin were trying to guess the identity of the person standing in front of Zhang Zhenhai and Zhang Yunting, Situyu bowed respectfully at the white-haired, white-browed young man with a solemn expression on his face. He had met the white-browed young man before, so he knew the white-browed young man was the current clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, a celestial lord. Greetings, Lord Dong Nan. After Situyu bowed, Leng Yi and the other Blood Skull Gang assassin quickly bowed humbly at Zhang Dong Nan as well. In fact, both of them were not even qualified to introduce themselves in front of Zhang Dong Nan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. Situyu. Zhang Dong Nan looked at Situyu in surprise. I'm curious who your target is this time. I didn't expect the Blood Skull Gang to send you here personally. Zhang Dong Nan had long heard of Situyu, the top assassin in the Blood Skull Gang. In fact, he was also aware that Situyu was known as a Celestial King assassin in the Southern Heaven Territory. There were many Celestial Kings who were undefeated in a direct confrontation with him, but very few Celestial Kings were able to survive his assassination attempts. At the very least, Situyu had never failed a mission that targeted a Celestial Lord or below. Lord Dong Nan, this is no longer a secret. My target this time is Duan Lingtian from the Profound Nether Mansion, Situyu said. Duan Lingtian? Zhang Dong Nan was shocked. I know him. However, don't you think the Blood Skull Gang is making a mountain out of a molehill by sending you to kill him? Zhang Dong Nan felt the Blood Skull Gang was making a mountain out of a molehill by sending Situyu to kill someone who had just become a Celestial King. Lord Dong Nan, there's something you're unaware of. Previously, Leng Yi, a 9 Palaces Celestial King, and a 9 Palaces Celestial King, fought Duan Lingtian head-on, but he failed to kill him. After that, they crossed the Devata realm to the Yin Huang Heaven to kill Duan Lingtian. However, they couldn't even find a trace of Duan Lingtian. Based on Situyu's words, it was clear he was unaware that Leng Yi and the 9 Palaces Celestial King had encountered Duan Lingtian. Leng Yi and the 9 Palaces Celestial King had intentionally concealed this matter from the Blood Skull Gang, since they were worried the Blood Skull Gang would punish them. After all, he had been careless at that time. Oh, Zhang Dong Nan was slightly surprised when he heard Situyu mention the Yin Huang Heaven. They went to the Yin Huang Heaven to kill Duan Lingtian? Don't tell me Duan Lingtian is from the Yin Huang Heaven? No. Situyu shook his head. Situyu shook his head. Duan Lingtian has only been to the Yin Huang Heaven. Lord Dong Nan, I'm sure you've heard about the reincarnated Celestial Emperor plotting against the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit in the Yin Huang Heaven, right? You're saying he's the reincarnation of a Celestial Emperor? Zhang Dongnan raised an eyebrow. He had heard about the rumor a few years ago, but he was not certain if it was true. No. Situyu shook his head again. Situyu shook his head again. He was deceived by the reincarnated Celestial Emperor when he went to the Yin Huang Heaven. In the end, he managed to obtain the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit from the reincarnated Celestial Emperor. That's how he managed to become a 10 Directions Celestial Duke and comprehend the law of space. He consumed the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit. Zhang Dongnan was shocked. No wonder. I was wondering how a human boy, who's not even 100 years old, managed to achieve so much in just a few hundred years. As it turns out, he consumed the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit. Realization dawned on Zhang Dongnan as he thought to himself. However, the Heaven Sacrificial Divine Fruit only allows one to comprehend 8 profundities of a law, right? How did he manage to comprehend all the profundities from the law of space? Moreover, he even comprehended the law of space's cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage? I don't know. Perhaps, he has a high comprehension ability, Situyu said. Zhang Dongnan nodded. From the beginning until the end, Situyu's expression was solemn and humble as he spoke to Zhang Dongnan. Yes. Zhang Dongnan nodded. Then he looked at Situyu and asked, "Have you seen these two people around the profound nether mansion recently?" Zhang Dongnan raised his hand and tapped his finger in the air. In just a blink of an eye, two lifelike figures appeared in the air. If Duan Lingtian were here, he would have recognized the two figures Zhang Dongnan had drawn in the air, were the two phantom foxes he had met before. They were the two phantom foxes whom the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion had killed. Yes. Situyu nodded. Some time ago, we saw them following a white-clad woman here. However, they have nothing to do with our target, so we didn't pay them any heed. They're from the Phantom Fox clan. They were last seen outside the profound nether mansion, but they're dead. I suspect someone killed them outside the profound nether mansion. Zhang Dongnan's eyes turned cold as he spoke, causing the temperature in the air to drop by a few degrees. Upon hearing Zhang Dongnan's words, Situyu's expression changed slightly. The expressions of Leng Yi and the other phantom foxes changed drastically as well. Lord Dongnan, although we've seen them, we didn't do anything to them. Lord Dongnan, I swear we didn't do anything to them. At this moment, Leng Yi and the young man could tell that the reason the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan was here was because of the deaths of the two Phantom Fox clan members. Needless to say, Situyu was here because he suspected them. Lord Dongnan, we're from the Blood Skull Gang. Unless we're on a mission or someone provokes us, we won't kill for no reason. Unlike Leng Yi and the other Phantom Foxes, Situyu quickly regained his composure and said bluntly, moreover, the Blood Skull Gang won't accept missions that target members of the noble clans. Yes, I agree. Zhang Dongnan nodded. At the same time, his expression returned to normal. Do you know why the woman they were following appeared outside the profound nether mansion? Clearly, Zhang Dongnan wanted to use the woman he suspected to be the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox as a breakthrough point. I really don't know. Situyu shook his head before he said. However, although she appeared outside the profound nether mansion, she seemed to be looking in the direction of the mansion's estate. It was as though she was waiting for someone. Waiting for someone? Zhang Dongnan narrowed his eyes. Does this mean she has an acquaintance in the profound nether mansion? If she wasn't waiting for someone, I really don't understand why she would look in the direction of the mansion's estate. Situyu continued to speculate. Do you know anything about her? Zhang Dongnan asked. I didn't pay much attention to her at that time. I only know she was dressed in white and had a graceful figure. She wore a veil and a bamboo hat. I didn't see her face. Situyu shook his head. Lord Dongnan. At this moment, Leng Yi, who was standing behind Situyu, seemed to have recalled something. His eyes lit up immediately. Zhang Dongnan looked at Leng Yi curiously. Lord Dongnan, I've read the Blood Skull Gang's investigation on the Duan Lingtian. The Duan Lingtian came from the borderlands of the Southern Heaven Territory, Situyu said. Chapter 3187. Are you certain? As soon as Leng Yi finished speaking, Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, narrowed his eyes and stared at Leng Yi. Lord Dongnan, I'm certain. Leng Yi nodded confidently. Lord Dongnan, if you don't believe me, you can investigate this matter. After all, Duan Lingtian is quite famous in the borderlands of the 6 southeastern regions. Many people know that there's a beautiful woman by his side. Previously, when she was with him, she always wore a veil and a bamboo hat when she was outside. Come to think of it, the reason why such a beautiful woman wore a veil and a bamboo hat was because she didn't want to cause trouble because of her peerless beauty. Leng Yi revealed everything he knew about Duan Lingtian. All right, I'll look into this matter. Also, you'll follow me to the Phantom Fox clan's estate for the time being. If what you said is true, I won't mistreat you. Zhang Dongnan's voice turned cold as he looked at Leng Yi. However, if I find out that you lied to me, don't even think about leaving the Phantom Fox clan alive. Lord Dongnan, I can follow you. However, I'm afraid you'll have to inform my organization first. Leng Yi did not seem to feel guilty at all. I have a way to contact the vice leader of the Blood Skull Gang. You don't have to worry about that, Zhang Dongnan said indifferently. As soon as Zhang Dongnan finished speaking, he nodded at Sitayu before he brought the two old men and Leng Yi back to the Phantom Fox clan. Sitayu did not say anything when Zhang Dongnan brought Leng Yi away. After all, he knew it was useless for him to say anything. After all, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan was a celestial lord. Apart from that, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan was a celestial lord as well. Sitayu would have to resort to assassination to deal with the two old men behind the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. The Phantom Fox clan's methods were too strange. He had fought with Zhang Zhenhai before. Although their cultivation bases, profundities, and celestial weapons were on par with each other, Zhang Zhenhai was able to defeat him with his illusion divine ability. Send a message back to inform Vice Chief Chen of this matter, Sitayu said to the remaining Blood Skull Gang assassin behind him. The assassin nodded and sent out a message. The Blood Skull Gang had more than one vice leader. Sitayu did not know which vice leader the Phantom Fox clan was acquainted with. Therefore, he asked his men to contact Chen Yuanshan, the vice leader of the Blood Skull Gang. Now the mission to deal with Duan Lingtian was personally handled by Chen Yuanshan. On the other side, on the way back to the Phantom Fox clan's estate, Zhang Zhenhai, who was following behind Zhang Dongnan, could not help but say, Lord Patriarch, if what Leng Yi said is true, that woman must be in the profound nether mansion right now. She might even be with Duan Lingtian. Moreover, there's no doubt the profound nether mansion has something to do with the deaths of our two clansmen, Zhang Yenting said. Everything you've said is ultimately just a guess. Do you have any proof? Are we supposed to search the profound nether mansion ourselves? Zhang Dongnan said indifferently. When the two heard this, they fell silent for a moment. There are many grade 6 celestial mansions under the 10 major clans in the Southern Heaven territory. However, the only one I'm truly afraid of is the profound nether mansion. A hint of dread could be seen in Zhang Dongnan's eyes as he continued to say, My father told me there's a powerful celestial lord hidden in the profound nether mansion. He's not much weaker than a titled celestial lord. His strength is even comparable to the patriarchs of some of the 10 great clans. When Zhang Dongnan said this, it wasn't just Zhang Zhenhai and Zhang Yenting who were frightened. Even Leng Yi, who was on the side, was frightened. One had to know that the patriarchs of the 10 great clans were all powerful immortal emperors. Ordinary immortal emperors couldn't be compared to them at all. And now, Zhang Dongnan was telling them, there was a hidden celestial lord in the profound nether mansion? How could they not be shocked? That person is said to be the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion in the profound nether mansion. In terms of seniority, he should be the mansion master of the profound nether mansion. Zhang Dongnan continued. The pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion? Zhang Zhenhai's eyes widened slightly. Lord Patriarch, I remember when we visited the profound nether mansion. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion, said Duan Lingtian, is the imperial tutor of the profound nether mansion. Doesn't this mean Duan Lingtian is protected by that powerhouse? Zhang Zhenhai's eyes were filled with dread when he spoke. You only realize this now? Zhang Zhenhai shook his head. We don't have any evidence. Even if we did, we wouldn't be able to prove it. To put it bluntly, the profound nether mansion isn't afraid of the Phantom Fox clan at all. In fact, even 3 Phantom Foxes might not be a threat to the profound nether mansion. As the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, Zhang Zhenhai was well aware of the profound nether mansion's strength. He knew the profound nether mansion was the strongest force in the Southern Heaven territory below grade 5 forces. Naturally, not many people in the Southern Heaven territory were aware of this. If the profound nether mansion is so powerful, why would the Azure Green Mansion dare to go against them? Zhang Yenting had heard about the conflict between the profound nether mansion and the Azure Green Mansion. Indeed, there's conflict between them. However, have you heard of any of the stronger celestial kings from either side dying? Zhang Dongnan said. The conflict between the profound nether mansion and the Azure Green Mansion is just a small matter. There's no way the profound nether mansion's celestial lords would lower themselves to deal with the juniors. Realization dawned on Zhang Yinting when he heard Zhang Dongnan's words. The profound nether mansion is so powerful? Is the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion as strong as the clan leaders of the 10 major clans? And now, Duan Lingtian is the Imperial Tutor of the profound nether mansion? Leng Yi followed behind Zhang Dongnan and the other two. When he heard their conversation, he felt a chill rise from the soles of his feet to his head. He did not expect the profound nether mansion to be so powerful. He did not expect Duan Lingtian to have such a high status. If we kill Duan Lingtian outside the profound nether mansion, do you think the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion won't know about it? Will he let it go so easily? Thinking of this, Leng Yi couldn't help but inwardly suck in a breath of cold air, as cold sweat broke out on his forehead. I think it's better for us to inform the vice leader of this matter. I'm sure the vice leader knows about the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, and Duan Lingtian's current status as the Imperial Tutor of the profound nether mansion. Leng Yi sent a message back to the Blood Skull Gang, and to Chen Yuanshan, the deputy leader. Who's that? Duan Lingtian is the Imperial Tutor of the profound nether mansion. According to Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. The old man from the profound nether mansion is still in the profound nether mansion? Chen Yuanshan's expression changed drastically when he received Leng Ye's message. It seems like we have to let the leader decide on this matter. Let's see if we should continue with the mission to kill Duan Lingtian. While Chen Yuanshan was looking for the vice leader of the Blood Skull Gang, he also sent a message to Situ Yu and Duan Lingtian outside the profound nether mansion, telling them not to act rashly even if they saw Duan Lingtian leaving the mansion. Situ Yu and Situ Yu were confused. What was going on? In the profound nether mansion, in the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, after Duan Lingtian returned from the mansion master of the profound nether mansion, he went back to cultivating. With the help of the celestial fruits and celestial pills given to him by the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, his cultivation speed was extremely fast. When Huaner woke up and gave him the supreme powerhouse divinity, he went to sleep while Huaner began to cultivate. The cycle repeated itself endlessly. Half a month later, Huaner had completely absorbed the medicinal efficacy of the Ice King Celestial Fruit and the Fire King Celestial Fruit, and successfully became a one basic Celestial King. As expected of 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox, not only is her cultivation speed fast, but she's also able to absorb the medicinal efficacy of the celestial fruits so quickly. Although Duan Lingtian had expected this, he could not help but sigh emotionally when he heard about Huaner's breakthrough. Duan Lingtian was about to cultivate when he received a message from the mansion master of the profound nether mansion. I've received news that the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan has sent his men to the borderlands of the Southern Heaven Territory after returning to the Phantom Fox clan. Do you think it has something to do with the woman next to you? The mansion master of the profound nether mansion asked. The borderlands? Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes as he thought to himself. It seems like the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan is aware of something. Is it the Blood Skull Gang? As for how the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan found out about the borderlands, it was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to guess the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan must have leaked the information to him. If I knew this would happen, I would have asked Senior to kill those 3 assassins. When Duan Lingtian opened his eyes, streaks of killing intent flashed in his eyes, as though they were about to devour someone. Mansion Master, we're from the borderlands. Duan Lingtian replied. Do you need me to send someone to deal with the Phantom Fox clan's men? Since the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan sent someone to the borderlands, it means he knows something and wants to confirm it. The mansion master of the profound nether mansion sent a message to Duan Lingtian. It was as though he would send someone to deal with the Phantom Fox clan's men as soon as Duan Lingtian gave the order. There's no need for that. Duan Lingtian stopped the mansion master of the profound nether mansion. Let him investigate. Even if we kill him, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan will send someone else to deal with the matter. Although Duan Lingtian appeared calm on the surface, he felt a sense of foreboding. In truth, he was filled with a sense of crisis. The Blood Skull Gang must have found out a lot about me in the borderlands, including the fact that Huan and I were together. Huan was outside the Profound Nether Mansion's estate for a long time, so the Blood Skull Gang's assassins must have seen her. As long as Zhang Dong Nan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, interrogates the assassins, he'll definitely be able to find out about Huan and me. I'm afraid Zhang Dong Nan already knows Huan is in the Profound Nether Mansion. Chapter 3188. After taking a deep breath, Duan Lingtian left his room. To be safe, he went to look for the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, to see if the Profound Nether Mansion would be able to stop the Phantom Fox clan. After all, he did not know much about the Phantom Fox clan's strength. Although the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion had said the Profound Nether Mansion was not afraid of the Phantom Fox clan, he did not think it was a lie. Senior, Duan Lingtian went straight to the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion and said, I'm afraid it won't be long before the Phantom Fox clan comes to the Profound Nether Mansion. Is the Profound Nether Mansion able to protect my sister? Duan Lingtian asked with a grim expression on his face. What's going on? The old man was still unaware of the situation. The Phantom Fox clan's leader must have found out about us through the Blood Skull Gang's assassins. Otherwise, he wouldn't have sent someone to investigate the place where I used to live. Duan Lingtian told the old man everything the mansion master of the Profound Nether Mansion had told him. Why is the Phantom Fox clan following Huan? Why is the Phantom Fox clan's leader targeting Huan? The old man asked. Duan Lingtian smiled wryly. Senior, it's not that I don't want to tell you, but it's too important for me to tell you. I'm here to ask you if the Phantom Fox clan's leader will be able to protect Huan if he comes to the Profound Nether Mansion to ask for Huan. This was Duan Lingtian's true purpose of coming here. So that's what you're worried about. The old man shook his head. Didn't I tell you the Phantom Fox clan won't dare to act recklessly in front of the Profound Nether Mansion? You don't believe me? It's not that I don't believe you. I just want to confirm it. Duan Lingtian felt slightly awkward. After all, he had come to look for the old man because he doubted the old man's words. However, after listening to the old man's words, he knew the old man was not lying. Don't worry, let alone the Phantom Fox clan. The Profound Nether Mansion wouldn't be afraid, even if there were 2 more branch clans in the Southern Heaven territory. Based on the old man's words, it was clear he did not care about the Phantom Fox clan at all. A hint of disdain could be seen in his eyes. You can focus on your cultivation and raise your cultivation base as soon as possible. You don't have to worry about anything else as long as I'm in the Profound Nether Mansion. The old man said, Thank you, Senior. Duan Lingtian thanked the old man with a serious expression before he left to cultivate. After Duan Lingtian left, the old man's eyes glinted as he muttered to himself, It seems like that girl is the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox that the Phantom Fox clan in the 7 Upper Province is looking for. The main Phantom Fox clan in the 7 Upper Province has offered a reward in the black market. Anyone who can provide information about the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox will be rewarded handsomely. That reward, even I am tempted. The old man shook his head and smiled. However, there's nothing I can do about it. Since I've placed all my bets on that lad, I can only follow him to the end. As soon as he finished speaking, the old man continued to sit by the lake and fish. He resumed his calm and collected demeanor as if nothing had happened. Time continued to pass by quietly. During this time, Duan Lingtian had left the Divine Offering land. His friends and family, who were in various mundane realms, had their own encounters as well. Naturally, most of them did not have any fortuitous encounters. Only a small number of them had fortuitous encounters. However, even if he did not encounter any amazing fortuitous encounters, he had been in the realm of gods, the world of Divine Offering. He had absorbed the heaven and earth spirit energy there, and was baptized by the heaven and earth spirit energy. Now that he had returned to the mundane realm, his cultivation speed was much faster than before. In fact, it was difficult to find anyone in the mundane realms whose cultivation speed was comparable to theirs. The Purple Spike realm was one of the many mundane realms in the colossal world. Moreover, it was a large mundane realm with countless planets. Aunt Xuanai, you should leave now. I'll lure these people away. You can avenge me in the future. In a star field outside a planet, a handsome figure stood there and spoke to a young woman with a solemn expression. The person who spoke was a handsome young man with dashing eyebrows and bright eyes. However, a hint of anxiety could be seen on his face at this moment. Nian Tian, you should leave now. If I can't even take care of you, how am I supposed to face brother Ling Tian and sister Fei in the future? The young woman had a face that could topple the world. Her every move seemed to make everything around her pale in comparison. These two people were none other than Duan Yin Tian and Han Xuanai, who were sent away from the divine offering land by Xiajia. Both of them were sent to the same mundane realm. Although they were separated in the beginning, it did not take long before Han Xuanai found Duan Yin Tian. Many years later, Duan Yin Tian had grown from an ignorant child into a young man. Aunt Xuanai. Duan Yin Tian was about to say something when he heard the sound of wind whistling in the distance. In just a blink of an eye, he and Han Xuanai were surrounded. You won't be modest anymore since you won't be able to run away. There were 20 to 30 people surrounding Duan Yin Tian and Han Xuanai. The leader was an old woman who was riding a strange beast that resembled a lion or tiger. She held a crooked walking stick in her hand. Granny, are you with them? Lu Ping Wu 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 Gao Ji 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 Gao Ji? Are you with me? 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 A middle-aged man dressed in fine clothes stood next to the old woman, as he stared coldly at Duan Yin Tian and Han Xuanai. It was these two people who had killed his only son. Humph! Duan Yin Tian glared at the middle-aged man. If your son didn't pester my aunt, we wouldn't have attacked him. He deserved to die. A hint of anger could be seen on Duan Yin Tian's youthful face as he glared at the middle-aged man. Yin Tian, why are you wasting your breath on them? If they want to fight, let's fight. Han Xuanai shouted. With a raise of her hand, energy surged out of her body and transformed into a dazzling light blade that slashed the three people standing nearby. Although she had killed 3 people in an instant, she did not feel happy at all. After all, these 3 people were the weakest in the group. You're seeking death. As soon as Han Xuanai made her move, the old woman who was the leader of the group was infuriated. She shouted coldly before she made her move as well. Her target was Han Xuanai. At the same time, the middle-aged man beside him also flew toward Duan Yin Tian. As for the other people brought by the old woman and the middle-aged man, they also charged toward Duan Yin Tian. The old woman was the strongest person present, followed by Han Xuanai and the middle-aged man. However, when the old woman made her move, Han Xuanai was completely suppressed. As for Duan Yin Tian, although he was not any weaker than the others, he was slightly weaker than the middle-aged man. Due to this reason, he was at a disadvantage when the middle-aged man targeted him. Die, boy! The middle-aged man shouted coldly as strands of energy shot out from his fingers toward Duan Yin Tian. Yin Tian! Han Xuanai's heart was burning with anxiety when she saw this. She forcefully blocked the old woman's attack and risked her life to save Duan Yin Tian. At this moment, Han Xuanai, who was severely injured, was like an arrow at the end of its flight. Yin Tian, are you alright? Han Xuanai stood with Duan Yin Tian's back facing each other. Her face was pale as she asked worriedly, Aunt Xuanai, I'm fine. At this moment, Duan Yin Tian did not see Han Xuanai's pale face. He also did not see Han Xuanai forcefully blocking the old woman's attack. Humph. You can't even protect yourself. How can you protect this boy? The old woman sneered as she stared at Han Xuanai. Boy, today will be your doomsday. The middle-aged man sneered as he looked at Duan Yin Tian. It was as though Duan Yin Tian was already a dead man in his eyes. However, Duan Yin Tian was staring blankly at the sky in the distance, as though something had attracted his attention. The middle-aged man's gaze followed Duan Yin Tian's gaze. With just a glance, he saw a purple-clad woman hovering in the sky in the distance. The purple-clad woman stood there. Her graceful figure and enchanting face seemed as though she was a beauty who had walked out of a painting. Her beautiful hair danced even though there was no wind. On the surface of her body, streaks of purple aura energy were pulsating like bolts of purple lightning. They revolved around her body at a rapid speed. Sister Fair? When the old woman followed the middle-aged man's gaze, Han Xuanai also noticed the purple-clad woman standing in the distance. Mother. Duan Yin Tian looked at the familiar figure in the distance. He was so excited that his eyes turned red and misty. The purple-clad woman standing in the distance was none other than Li Fei, who had been searching for Duan Yin Tian in the Purple Spike realm for many years. She had finally found her son's whereabouts 2 days ago. She had appeared just in time when her son was on the brink of death. Mother, let's go. However, when Duan Lingtian thought about his current situation, horror dawned on him. He quickly sent a voice transmission to urge Li Fei to leave. In his opinion, his mother's strength was at most on par with him. Even if she was stronger than him, it would not be by much. Even Aunt Xuanai was no match for that old woman. Even if his mother was here, it would be useless. Sister Fair, let's go. Han Xuanai's expression changed as well. She sent a voice transmission to urge Li Fei to leave. At the same time, she looked away as though she did not know Li Fei at all. Both of you. Li Fei hovered in the air as she looked at Duan Yin Tian and Han Xuanai excitedly. However, when she shifted her gaze to the others, her gaze turned cold. As soon as Li Fei's gaze turned cold, everyone present on the scene could feel the air in the stellar province turning cold, as though winter had arrived. Chapter 3189. Swoosh. Swoosh. The old woman and the middle-aged man's expressions changed drastically. Putting everything else aside, based on the fact that Duan Lingtian did not even make a move earlier, it was obvious that Duan Lingtian was much stronger than them. Sir. The old woman wanted to say something, but as soon as she opened her mouth, she saw streaks of purple light suddenly appear in the void around her. They were like purple meteors streaking across the sky. The purple meteors flew toward the old woman, the middle-aged man, and the people they brought with them. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. The old woman did not have time to finish her sentence, since she was busy dodging the streaks of light. If she did not focus on dodging, she would definitely die. Ah, spare me. No. While the old woman was dodging the streaks of purple meteors in the sky, a series of shrill cries rang in her ears. A few moments later, the cries stopped, and the streaks of purple meteors disappeared. However, when she looked around, she discovered the people she brought with her, including the middle-aged man, were all dead. I'm too late. Li Fei took a step forward. In just a blink of an eye, she appeared next to Duan Yin Tian. Xuanai, thank you for taking care of Yin Tian all these years. At the same time, Li Fei looked at Han Xuanai, who was standing behind Duan Yin Tian. Then she took out a bottle of pills and handed it to her. This is a healing pill. Take it. Sister Fei, are you? Han Xuanai was stunned for a long time before she took the bottle of pills from Li Fei. She could not figure it out. In just a few years, how did Li Fei, who was not as strong as her, become so strong? Based on her strength, she had probably reached the peak of the mundane realm. Mother. Duan Yin Tian was also shocked by Li Fei's strength. He did not expect his mother, who he had almost caught up to, would become so strong. Mother? The old woman was shocked when she heard Li Fei's words. However, when she heard Duan Yin Tian calling Li Fei his mother, she regained her senses. Run! Without any hesitation, the old woman turned around and tried to flee. Right now, the exotic beast she was riding on had already been killed by the purple streak of light. Thus, she could only flee on her own. However, would she be able to escape? Humph. Li Fei coldly glanced at the old woman's back. Her face turned cold as she raised her hand and grabbed in the direction the old woman fled. Suddenly swoosh. In the void, a gigantic hand formed by purple light grabbed the old woman and brought her back. Then, it turned into a purple rope and tied the old woman up. Swizwoosh. 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 Li Fei asked faintly. Her tone had become increasingly cold. Sir, as long as you're willing to spare my life, I can give you all of my family's wealth. Swoosh. The old woman said with a pale face as her body trembled violently. That's not enough for me. As Li Fei spoke again, she flicked her finger and shot out a purple light blade, cutting off one of the old woman's arms. Ah! The old woman shrieked in pain. She tried to circulate her energy to stop the bleeding, but Li Fei destroyed her cultivation base with a flick of her finger. You destroyed my cultivation base? The old woman glared at Li Fei. Her eyes were filled with hatred and unwillingness. You'll die a horrible death. I won't let you go even if I become a ghost. I'm not even afraid of you as a human. Why would I be afraid of you as a ghost? Li Fei sneered. You can come and look for me after you become a ghost. I'll make sure you won't be able to leave even if you become a ghost. As soon as Li Fei finished speaking, she flicked her fingers again. A purple sword light shot out and cut off one of the old woman's legs. When the old woman shrieked in pain again, Li Fei made her move again and cut off the old woman's other arm and leg. Duan Yintian's scalp tingled when he saw this. Mother! However, his heart was filled with warmth. He knew his mother was venting her anger on his behalf. As for Han Xuanai, she looked at the old woman coldly. If she was as strong as Li Fei, she would have tortured the old woman even more. I beg you, give me a quick death, the old woman, who had lost all 4 of her limbs and was covered in blood, begged Li Fei. She no longer had the angry look from before. Li Fei looked at her coldly. Don't beg me. Beg my son. The old woman looked at Duan Yintian with a pleading look in her eyes. Please. Duan Yintian was only a young man after all. He did not hesitate to kill the old woman when he saw her pitiful state. Mother. After killing the old woman, Duan Yintian threw himself into Li Fei's arms. He was so emotional that his eyes were red. All right. How old are you now? Don't forget that your Aunt Xuanai is going to laugh at you. Li Fei patted Duan Yintian's back before she pulled him away. She patted his head and said, in just a blink of an eye, you're already taller than me. Han Xuanai waited for Li Fei to reunite with Li Fei before she asked, Sister Fei, how did you become so strong? I obtained the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's inheritance. Li Fei replied, the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's inheritance? Han Xuanai and Duan Yintian widened their eyes in shock when they heard Li Fei's words. Naturally, they knew who the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial was. This mundane realm was called the Purple Spike Realm, after the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial. Based on this, one could easily imagine the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's status in the mundane realm. It was said that the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial was one of the strongest beings in the Devata realms. Later on, she returned to her hometown, the mundane plane, and left behind her inheritance. Mother, I heard that someone obtained the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's inheritance a few years ago. Is that person you? Duan Yintian looked at Li Fei in shock. He did not expect the person who obtained the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's inheritance was his mother. Sister Fei, congratulations. Han Xuanai quickly congratulated Li Fei after recovering from her shock. Actually, it's because I appeared in the Purple Spike realm, near the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's place of inheritance. That's why she chose me. If both of you were close to the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial, she would have chosen both of you as well. At this moment, Li Fei knew why the Redbud Supreme Celestial had chosen her. It was because her body had been cleansed by the heaven and earth spirit energy in the divine offering land. Therefore, the Redbud Supreme Celestial was certain Li Fei would not be inferior to her in the future. Yes, Han Xuanai and Duan Yintian were puzzled when they heard Li Fei's words. They finally understood after listening to Li Fei's explanation. Mother, even if that's the case, the fact that you're close to the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial means you're fated with her. Duan Yintian smiled. He was genuinely happy that his mother had such a fortuitous encounter. He knew his mother very well. All these years, his mother had been under a lot of pressure. After all, among all the women by his father's side, his mother was the only one who was mediocre in terms of cultivation. Whether it was Aunt Ker or Aunt Tianwu, Both of them were more outstanding than his mother in terms of cultivation. In his opinion, his mother's suffering was finally over. Nian Tian is right. Han Xuanai agreed with Duan Niantian's words. They're out. At this moment, Li Fei suddenly looked into the distance and called out softly. In the next moment, 4 figures appeared in the distant starry sky. It was as though they had appeared out of thin air. The owners of the figures were 4 women. These 4 women all possessed beauty that far surpassed that of ordinary people. When the 4 of them stood together, the most eye-catching thing about them was their nearly identical faces. Apart from their different auras, their appearances were almost identical. Apart from that, they wore different outfits as well. The woman standing on the left wore a purple robe embroidered with plum blossoms. The woman on the right was also wearing a purple robe. However, there were orchids embroidered on her purple robe. The third woman was dressed in a purple robe embroidered with bamboo leaves. The fourth woman was dressed in a purple robe embroidered with chrysanthemums. Young master. After the 4 women appeared, they bowed to Li Fei in unison, their tone respectful and reverent. I found them, Li Fei said to the 4 women. Now, I can return to the Devata realm with all of you. However, I want to bring my son and sister with me. At the same time, Li Fei introduced the 4 women to Han Xuanai and Duan Niantian. The 4 women were the servants the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial had sent to the mundane realm to wait for her successor. They were in charge of bringing her successor back to the Devata realm. It's a pity we don't know which mundane realm Si Ling and the others are in. Otherwise, we could have gone to pick them up. Duan Niantian sighed. I remember it clearly. At that time, only the 3 of us entered the mundane realm. The others were in other mundane realms. Han Xuanai said. I remember it as well. That's why I decided to bring them to the Devata realm after finding all of you. Li Fei paused for a moment before she said with a sigh. I didn't expect all of you to be together for such a long time. Sister Fei, will it be inconvenient for you to bring Nian Tian and me to the Purple Spike Supreme Celestial's place? Han Xuanai asked hesitantly. It's not inconvenient at all. When Master sees all of you, I'm sure she'll be willing to accept all of you as her disciples. After all, your innate talent and potential aren't inferior to mine. Li Fei said as she shook her head. Whether it was her son, Duan Niantian, or Han Xuanai, she was confident in them. Father should be in the Devata realm as well, right? Duan Niantian muttered to himself. Upon hearing Duan Niantian's words, Li Fei and Han Xuanai fell silent. A purple figure appeared in their minds at the same time. Pieces of memories from the past also appeared one by one at this moment. Chapter 3190. 30 years later. 30 years was not a long time for celestials in the Devata realms. In fact, some powerful celestials could go into closed-door cultivation for hundreds of years, or even longer. In the Imperial Tudor Pavilion of the profound Nether Mansion. Senior. 30 years later, Duan Ling Tian was already over 100 years old. The aura of someone who was not even 100 years old had completely disappeared from his body. 30 years passed in just a blink of an eye for the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion. After all, he had lived for more than 30,000 years. 30,000 years was equivalent to thousands of 30-year periods. He had long grown numb to the concept of time. Even if I don't go to the Su clan, I can still enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, right? I remember you told me that anyone below the Celestial Lord realm in the Southern Heaven territory is allowed to enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Duan Lingtian asked bluntly. Yes. The old man nodded. That's right. How do I enter the upper realm? Duan Lingtian asked again. You just need a formation compass to enter and leave the upper realm. The old man replied. Senior, do you have a formation compass? Duan Lingtian's eyes lit up immediately when he heard the old man's words. It was as dazzling as the night sky. Why do you ask? The old man frowned. Are you planning to enter the upper realm? Yes. Duan Lingtian nodded. I'm planning to enter the upper realm to see if I can find a fortuitous encounter. After all, the Southern Heaven Celestial Lords have spent a lot of effort to maintain the upper realm. What's your cultivation base now? The old man's frown deepened. He did not expect Duan Lingtian to really enter the upper realm. It had only been 30 years since Duan Lingtian had become a one basic celestial king. Even with the resources provided by the profound nether mansion, Duan Lingtian was at most a two-form celestial king. In fact, he might not even have a breakthrough yet. 3 talents celestial king, Duan Lingtian replied. However, Duan Lingtian's words shocked the old man. You've become a 3 talents celestial king? Seeing the doubt in the old man's eyes, Duan Lingtian did not bother to explain further. With a thought, he released his cultivation aura. Usually, with the profound divine metal around, the aura of his cultivation base would be concealed by the profound divine metal. If he did not release his aura, even the old man would not be able to see through his cultivation base. Even if you've broken through and become a 3 talents celestial king, you'll still have a slim chance of survival in the upper realm, unless your attainments in the laws of space. Before the old man could finish his words, he saw Duan Lingtian casting all kinds of profundities from the law of space. He immediately shut his mouth. You little brat, you're really abnormal. With a wave of his hand, the old man took out a formation compass and said, This is the formation compass to enter the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. From today onward I'll place it here. You can enter the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm through here. However, if you want to leave the upper realm, you'll have to return to the transporting formation you were teleported to. With a wave of his hand, the formation compass fell to the ground. The formation compass did not look much different from an ordinary formation compass. The only difference was that it was slightly larger. There were many small holes on it that were used to store celestial crystals. As the old man raised his hand again, immortal crystals appeared in the small holes on the formation plate. They were dazzling under the sunlight. Based on the old man's actions, it was clear he did not intend to stop Duan Lingtian from entering the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Are you going to enter the upper realm alone or with Huaner? Over the past 30 years, Huaner would occasionally follow Duan Lingtian to the backyard to fish with the old man. Her naivety and innocence had left a good impression on the old man. After 30 years of living together, the old man had treated Huaner like his own granddaughter. Duan Lingtian, on the other hand, felt like Huaner was more important to the pavilion master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion. I'll go with Huaner, Duan Lingtian said. What's the girl's cultivation base now? The old man asked. A 6 combos celestial king. Duan Lingtian smiled wryly. Even he was shocked by Huaner's cultivation base. For the past 30 years, he and Huaner had shared many celestial fruits and celestial pills in the profound nether mansion. However, after 30 years, his cultivation base was 3 levels lower than Huaner's. The only consolation was that his comprehension of the law of space was slightly higher than Huaner's. Although Huaner had used the supreme powerhouse divinity to comprehend the law of space, her comprehension of the law of space was not as good as his. Perhaps it was because she was not human. A 6 combo celestial king? The old man was shocked. How could a 1 basic celestial king become a 6 combo celestial king in 30 years? Although he had lived for more than 30,000 years, he had never heard of such a person in the southern heaven territory. Even in the upper 7 regions, it was rare for a 1 basic celestial king to become a 6 combo celestial king in 30 years with Huaner's cultivation base. Most of those people had heaven-defying innate talent. It seems like the girl is the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox that the Phantom Fox clan in the upper 7 regions is looking for. At this moment, the old man was certain Huaner was Huaner. In the past he was not certain. However, now that Huaner had become a 6 combo celestial king from a 1 basic celestial king in 30 years, and the Phantom Fox clan in the southern heaven territory was looking for her, he was certain of her identity. If she was not 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox, it was impossible for her to have such heaven-defying innate talent. The 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox clan in the southern heaven territory was the reason why the Phantom Fox clan in the southern heaven territory had their eyes on her. After all, if they could bring her to the 7 upper province, they would be rewarded handsomely. The reward was much better than the bounty that was offered to the public. Even the old man, the pavilion master of the imperial Tudor pavilion in the profound Nether Mansion, was tempted by the bounty. Based on this, one could just imagine how generous the rewards from the main Phantom Fox clan were. How's the girl's comprehension of the law of space? The old man asked as he looked at Duan Lingtian. Earlier, when he saw Duan Lingtian casting the law of space, he was as shocked as he was when Huaner became a 6-combos celestial king. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the old man sighed in relief. At least she's not that scary. Although she's outstanding, she's still lacking compared to you, little freak. However, with her comprehension of the profundities from the law of space, she's not much weaker than you in terms of overall strength. The old man replied. If it were not for Duan Lingtian, the old man would have been shocked by Huaner's comprehension of the law of space. However, with Duan Lingtian here, he was already mentally prepared, so he was not as shocked as before. Senior, please tell me more about the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Duan Lingtian asked as he looked at the old man. The upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the old man patiently explained the upper realm to Duan Lingtian. The upper realm was different from the middle and lower realms of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. It was meant for the Southern Heaven Territory. Anyone in the Southern Heaven Territory would be able to enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, as long as they possessed a formation plate that allowed them to travel to and from the upper realm. There was no scoreboard in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. However, unlike the middle realm, the upper realm had a scoreboard. Unlike the middle realm, the upper realm had a scoreboard that was only updated once a year. Once you enter the upper realm, you'll appear in a safe zone. Fighting is prohibited in the safe zone. Anyone who dares to make a move will be killed by the killing formation. No matter how powerful a 10 Directions Celestial King is, he won't be able to escape from the killing formation. This is because the killing formation was set up by the Southern Heaven Celestial Lord. Duan Lingtian's heart skipped a beat when he heard the old man's words. One could easily imagine how powerful the killing formation set up by a titled Celestial Lord was. Once you're in the safe zone, you'll be able to obtain an Identity Jade token. Carve your name on the Identity Jade token and drip your blood on it to claim ownership of it. It'll follow you until the scoreboard is refreshed. Before the scoreboard is refreshed, those who rank in the top 10 in the previous year will be guided to a secret realm left behind by the Southern Heaven Celestial Lord. You'll be able to obtain royal-grade celestial weapons and purely defensive royal-grade celestial weapons in the secret realm. Apart from that, there are also many rare celestial fruits and celestial pills that the profound Nether Mansion can't provide. Naturally, those who rank in the top 10 will receive the highest reward. The other 20 people who rank in the top 30 will also receive the highest reward. They'll be able to enter a secret realm that's ranked at a lower level. As for the other 70 people who rank in the top 100, they'll be able to enter a secret realm that's ranked at a lower level. In fact, the rewards in the 2 secret realms are not necessarily worse than the rewards in the top 10 secret realms. However, they're much more dangerous. This is especially true for the secret realm, where the top 70 people will be able to enter. Many of the trials will require more than 30 people to work together to pass. As for the top 10 people, as long as they're strong enough, they'll be able to pass all the trials in the secret realm. Naturally, the celestial kings in the Southern Heaven Territory won't be able to enter the upper realm. If only those who rank in the scoreboard have fortuitous encounters are allowed to enter the upper realm. After all, even if one doesn't enter the secret realm, there's still a chance to obtain many treasures in the upper realm. Although the illusory formation will change the location of the treasures, if only one person sees it, they'll be able to keep it for themselves. However, if more than one person sees it, they'll have to fight for it. The old man paused for a moment to allow Duan Lingtian to digest the information before he continued. Apart from that, the upper realm is similar to the middle realm. If you don't want to be killed, you can leave by crushing your Identity Jade token. The place you'll exit from is where the formation compass you used to enter the upper realm is located. If you don't crush your identity jade token, you'll have to return to the safe zone and use the transportation formation there. At this point, the old man had basically finished explaining everything he knew. Chapter 3191. In the opinion of the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion, Duan Ling Tian's progress from a 1 basic Celestial King to a 3 talents Celestial King in 30 years was considered fast. However, in Duan Lingtian's opinion, Duan Lingtian's progress was still too slow. Even with the resources provided by the profound Nether Mansion, it still took me 30 years to break through from a 1 basic Celestial King to a 3 talents Celestial King. At this rate, won't it take me at least 200 years to break through and become a 9 palaces Celestial King? Moreover, I'm only a Celestial King. It's even harder to become a Celestial Lord, let alone a Celestial Emperor. Even a 10 directions Celestial Emperor with strength comparable to a Heavenly Emperor might not be able to rescue Kerr and the others from the Divine Offering Land. With this thought in mind, Duan Lingtian felt even more pressure on his shoulders. If he had 10,000 years to play around with, he wouldn't think much of it. But now, he only had 900 years left. 900 years was too short a period of time. For this reason, Duan Lingtian decided to enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. After all, he would have a better chance of improving himself there. There are some fortuitous encounters in the upper realm that you might not find in the 10 major clans or the 5 major sects. The Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion said. Duan Lingtian had heard about this from the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion a few years ago. For this reason, he was no longer interested in the 10 major clans or the 5 major sects in the Southern Heaven territory. He was more interested in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Although he was only a 3 talents Celestial King, his comprehension of the law of space had improved tremendously. With his current strength, he was confident he could protect himself in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Moreover, he was not alone in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Be careful. If your life is in danger, crush your identity jade token immediately. Before Duan Lingtian and Huaner entered the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, the Pavilion Master of the Imperial Tutor Pavilion reminded them solemnly. All right. Duan Lingtian nodded. Then, they entered the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm through the formation compass. The formation they used to enter the profound Nether Mansion's Imperial Tutor Pavilion was located in the profound Nether Mansion's Imperial Tutor Pavilion. Regardless of whether they left the Imperial Tutor Pavilion by crushing their identity jade tokens, they would return to the profound Nether Mansion's Imperial Tutor Pavilion to strengthen their foundation. Duan Lingtian's vision darkened, and when he regained his sight, he discovered they were standing on a stone platform. And in the surroundings, there were many stone platforms. What a beautiful woman! As soon as Duan Lingtian and Huaner appeared, many of the Celestial Kings who had just entered looked at Huaner with bright eyes. There was no one else in the world who could compare to her in terms of beauty. She was a great temptation to any normal man. Beauty. I'm Hong Manxiu, a direct descendant of the Hong clan, one of the 10 great clans of the Southern Heaven territory. Why don't you give up your gigolo and follow me? An ordinary-looking young man said as he walked up to Huaner. From the beginning until the end, Huaner did not pay any attention to him. Huaner's eyes were fixed on Duan Lingtian from the beginning until the end. When she looked at Duan Lingtian, a smile bloomed on her beautiful face. This caused the men in the surroundings to fall in love with her even more. After a while, a few men stepped forward to strike up a conversation with Huaner, but she still ignored them. At this moment, the onlookers shifted their gazes from Huaner to Duan Lingtian. Brat, who are you? I'd like to see what makes you so beautiful. Brat, I'm a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect, one of the 5 major celestial sects of the Southern Heaven territory. Who are you? The group of people glared fiercely at Duan Lingtian. It was as though Duan Lingtian had some enmity with them, such as killing their fathers or seizing their wives. In fact, Duan Ling Tian was not the only one who had never seen them before. Even they had never seen Duan Ling Tian before. The reason they disliked Duan Ling Tian so much was because Huaner was always by his side. A bunch of idiots. Duan Ling Tian glanced at the group of people who were arguing with him indifferently. A hint of coldness appeared on the corners of his mouth as he spat out these words in a neither fast nor slow manner. Duan Ling Tian's words were akin to poking a hornet's nest. Brat, don't activate the one-time concealment formation in your identity jade token if you dare. The young man who claimed to be a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect glared at Duan Ling Tian and said arrogantly, "After all, no one dared to make a move in this safe zone. After all, the killing formation that the Southern Heaven Celestial Lord had set up would instantly kill them. For this reason, the group of people did not dare to make a move against Duan Ling Tian, even though they were furious. Everyone who entered the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm could activate the concealment formation on their identity jade tokens before they left. Once the concealment formation was activated, no one would be able to detect their presence. Therefore, they would not have to worry about being targeted. The concealment formation on the identity jade token could only be activated in the safe zone. For this reason, if one wanted to leave the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, one could only rely on one's own strength to return to the safe zone, unless one crushed one's identity jade token. This was not something ordinary people could do. After all, there were many celestial kings lying in ambush near the safe zone. They were waiting for other celestial kings to return to the safe zone, so they could ambush them. After the Wind Thunder Dao sect's core disciple made a move against Duan Ling Tian, many people began to taunt him as well. However, Duan Ling Tian completely ignored them. He brought Huaner to a nearby stone wall and collected 2 identity jade tokens. Duan Ling Tian could engrave his name on the identity jade token. He could engrave his real name or fake name on the identity jade token. Duan Ling Tian. However, Duan Ling Tian did not bother inscribing his real name on the identity jade tokens, since there was no need for him to inscribe a fake name. At the same time, she engraved the words Huaner on her identity token as well. Although Huaner had never been taught how to write, she had inherited the memories of 1,000 Phantom's Ice Fox. Therefore, she was able to write on her own. Soon after, Duan Ling Tian and Huaner performed blood ownership claim on their identity jade tokens in unison. They could feel a strong connection with their identity jade tokens. Huaner, let's go. Duan Ling Tian bade farewell to Huan before they flew out of the safe zone. Nobody knew how many safe zones there were in the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. However, it was not certain which safe zone one would end up in. If one wanted to leave the safe zone, one would have to return to the safe zone they were in. For example, if Duan Ling Tian and Huaner wanted to return to the Imperial Tudor Pavilion in the Profound Nether Mansion, they would have to return to the safe zone. Apart from that, they would have to crush their identity jade tokens to leave the safe zone. However, once the identity jade token was crushed, the points inside would be emptied. It would be equivalent to a wasted trip. When Duan Ling Tian and Huaner left, they did not activate the invisibility formation in their identity jade tokens under everyone's watchful eyes. Seeing this scene, the group of people in the safe zone were all stunned. These two are so daring. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, only powerful 10 Directions celestial kings would dare to do something like this, right? Is it possible that they're one of those 10 Directions celestial kings? I've never heard of her before. That woman is extremely beautiful. If she's here before, there's no way Ouyang Yue, the true disciple of the 100 Flowers Celestial Sect, would be the most beautiful woman in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. That's right. I've met Ouyang Yue once. Although I was stunned by her beauty, in terms of appearance, Ouyang Yue still pales in comparison to this woman. 2 unknown characters left the safe zone just like that? Aren't they afraid they'll be eliminated as soon as they leave the safe zone? They must be confident in their strength. Both of them must have some sort of technique to conceal their cultivation bases. It's impossible to determine their cultivation bases. Under the shocked gazes of the people in the safe zone, Duan Lingtian and Huaner left the safe zone. The safe zone was a vast stone platform that hovered in the air without any support. The stone platform was located in a dark and gloomy world. The sky was dark, and the ground was red as though it was dyed in blood. The middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm is nothing compared to the upper realm. It seems like the southern heaven celestial lords have really put in a lot of effort into the upper realm. Although the scenery in the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm was natural and lifelike, it paled in comparison to the scenery in front of them. Duan Lingtian could feel the oppressive atmosphere as he walked in the middle of the dark place. An ancient and desolate aura surged over, giving him the feeling that he was in an ancient battlefield. Before he knew it, Duan Lingtian and Huaner had left the safe zone. It would take them some time to return to the safe zone. Huaner were being watched by quite a few people. In fact, as soon as they left the safe zone, Duan Lingtian had sensed many people probing them with their divine consciousness. Among these people, there were people inside the safe zone, and there were people outside the safe zone. It was obvious the people outside the safe zone were waiting for their prey. However, none of them dared to make a move. After all, they could not detect Duan Lingtian and Huaner's cultivation bases. That woman, she's not even 100 years old. Outside the safe zone, 3 people were hiding in the dark. One of them, a young man, muttered to himself, "She's definitely the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Not even 100 years old. You're right." When the other 2 heard the old man's words, they were shocked to learn that Huaner was not even 100 years old. Humph! At this moment, a cold snort rang in the air as a figure appeared out of thin air and blocked Duan Lingtian and Huaner's path. It's Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. Many people who were hiding in the dark immediately recognized the person who had blocked Duan Lingtian and Huaner's path. Chapter 3192. The Wind Thunder Dao sect was one of the 5 great sects in the Southern Heaven Territory. It was a grade 5 sect in the Devata realm. The core disciples of the 5 great sects in the Southern Heaven Territory were all outstanding geniuses. Most of them were celestial kings below the age of 2000. Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect, was a 10 directions celestial king who had comprehended 9 profundities from the law of metal. Although he had not comprehended any of the profundities from the law of metal to the initial stage, his strength was still not to be underestimated. At the very least, the group of people hiding nearby did not dare to attack Jun Wangchun, even if he did not activate the invisibility formation on his identity jade token. "Brat, I didn't expect you to not activate the invisibility formation on your identity jade token." Jun Wangchun stood in the way of Duan Lingtian and looked at Duan Lingtian with a cold smile on his face. In fact, he did not have to activate the invisibility formation. However, he was afraid Duan Lingtian and Duan Lingtian would discover him when he was tailing them. For this reason, he had activated the invisibility formation on his identity jade token and followed them here. Under the cover of the concealment formation, it was impossible to directly attack. That was because the concealment formation contained a restriction formation, which prevented people from using the concealment formation to launch a sneak attack. The restriction formation would only disappear after 3 breaths of time had passed since the invisibility formation was removed. Naturally, during these 3 breaths of time, the person who removed the invisibility formation would not be able to attack others. After all, the restriction formation was a powerful defensive formation as well. Naturally, it was impossible for a mere identity jade token to contain such a powerful formation. Since the identity jade token was connected to the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, to a certain extent, it contains such a powerful formation. Why wouldn't I? Duan Lingtian looked at the young man calmly. He vaguely remembered the young man. The young man was one of the few people who had made a fuss in the safe zone earlier. He remembered the young man saying he was a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. "Brat, remember this. The person who killed you is me, Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. I will let the beauty by your side know that a weakling like you is not worthy of her." While Jun Wangchun's celestial origin energy that had fused with the law of metal's fundamental profundity, the metal elemental profundity, surged in his body, he did not forget to look at Huan, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. Instantly, he felt a sense of defeat. For a moment, he vented all of his anger on Duan Lingtian. His eyes were filled with murderous intent as he looked at Duan Lingtian. "Brat, I'll send you on your way now." As soon as Jun Wangchun said that, he started to move. At the same time, a sword appeared in his hand. Light flowed around it, emitting an extraordinary aura. Royal-grade celestial sword? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow when he sensed the aura of the celestial sword in Jun Wangchun's hand. He could tell it was a royal-grade celestial weapon. That purple-clad brat is doomed. Although Jun Wangchun is the weakest core disciple in the Wind Thunder Dao sect, his strength is not to be underestimated. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, there aren't many people who are stronger than Jun Wangchun. Jun Wangchun has always been ranked in the top 100. His strength speaks for itself. When Jun Wangchun made his move to kill Duan Lingtian, the people who were hiding in the dark or using concealment formations were certain Duan Lingtian would be killed by Jun Wangchun. After all, in their opinion, Duan Lingtian was a nobody. Those who tried to kill my brother Lingtian deserved to die. When Jun Wangchun was about to charge toward Duan Lingtian on his sword, a clear and melodious voice rang in the air. The person who spoke was none other than Huan, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. Huan's gentle gaze that was focused on Duan Lingtian turned cold when she saw Jun Wangchun flying toward her. It was as though the temperature in the surroundings would drop if she looked at Jun Wangchun. In the next moment, swoosh, Huan appeared in front of Duan Lingtian as her celestial origin energy surged out of her body and merged with the law of space's space elemental profundity. A 6-combo celestial king? This peerless beauty is a 6-combo celestial king? Wait, did you notice? She's not even 100 years old. Heavens! A 6-combo celestial king, who's not even 100 years old? Where did this monster come from? She's really not even 100 years old. When the crowd discovered Huan was only a 6-combo celestial king through her celestial origin energy, they did not think she would be a match for Jun Wangchun. However, when they found out that Huan was not even 100 years old, they were shocked once again. She's comprehending the law of space. Many people discovered this as well. After all, Huan's celestial origin energy had merged with the law of space's space elemental profundity. A 6-combo celestial king? Jun Wangchun frowned when he saw Huan standing in front of Duan Lingtian. However, when he discovered Huan was only a 6-combo celestial king, he smiled. A 6-combo celestial king was not a threat to him. Moreover, it would be easy for him to toy with a 6-combo celestial king. However, just when he thought she was a pushover, her eyes narrowed as she stared at him. In the next moment, Jun Wangchun realized that the space around him had solidified as if he had been imprisoned. The law of space's restraining profundity? So what? With my strength, I can easily break the restraining profundity cast by a 6-combo celestial king. Jun Wangchun brandished his sword. Golden light shone brightly as a majestic energy surged out of his sword in an attempt to break the space around him. Swoosh, 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 boom. When the energy from Jun Wangchun's sword landed on the space around him, it only caused the space around him to tremble. It did not shatter. How's this possible? Jun Wangchun's eyes widened, and his expression changed drastically. The law of space's restraining profundity cast by a mere 6-combo celestial king shouldn't be able to stop my attack. Unless she's comprehending the law of space's restraining profundity to the initial stage. If Jun Wangchun could think of this, then so could the onlookers. They were all shocked, and when they looked at Huan again, they couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. A 6-combo celestial king, who was not even 100 years old, was enough to scare them. However, a six-combo celestial king, who was not even 100 years old, had comprehended the law of spaces restraining profundity to the initial stage. Swoosh. When Jun Wang Chun realized had comprehended the law of spaces restraining profundity to the initial stage, his expression turned serious as he thrust his sword at the space around him. This time he managed to shatter Huaner's restraining profundity. After all, he was a 10 directions celestial king. His cultivation base was 4 levels higher than Huaner's. However, as soon as he shattered the restraining profundity, he discovered a figure had appeared in front of him. The figure was none other than Huaner. Huaner appeared in front of Jun Wang Chun in just a blink of an eye. She activated her space territory and waved her hand. In the next moment, swoosh, 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 3 spatial tears appeared in the sky and surrounded Jun Wang Chun in a triangular formation. Before Jun Wang Chun could recover from the blow, another gray blade light flashed out from behind the 3 ferocious space cracks. It was as if the blade radiance had crossed the space and was heading toward Jun Wang Chun with fierce power. Under normal circumstances, Jun Wang Chun would have been able to overcome this predicament with brute force. However, he had just unleashed his full strength and had yet to catch his breath. It was impossible for him to unleash his full strength again in such a short time. For this reason, he decided to defend himself. Golden light surged from his body, and he seemed to have turned into a golden man in an instant. Around the golden man's body, streaks of dazzling golden power wandered and wreaked havoc, surrounding the golden man tightly. She has comprehended the cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage as well. Although Jun Wang Chun was focused on defending himself, he did not feel safe at all. His expression changed drastically. If her cross-dimensional / profundity can easily break through my defenses, I'll crush my identity jade token and leave. Jun Wang Chun's expression was grim as he stared at the 3 cross-dimensional / profundity that Huaner had cast. She has comprehended the cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage as well. The onlookers felt as though their hearts were about to explode. How could a beauty who was not even 100 years old be so monstrous? Huaner used the transportation profundity. Duan Lingtian reminded Huaner through voice transmission. He could see the determination in Jun Wang Chun's eyes. Moreover, there was no fear in Jun Wang Chun's eyes. It was not difficult for him to see that Jun Wang Chun intended to crush his identity jade token and leave. However, he did not want Jun Wang Chun to leave just like that. As soon as Huaner received Duan Lingtian's voice transmission, the 3 cross-dimensional / profundity bypassed Jun Wang Chun's defenses and appeared next to him. No! Jun Wang Chun didn't even have time to take out his identity jade token and crush it. He could only let out a shrill cry as the 3-dimensional / profundities destroyed his metal body profundity's defense like a piece of rotten wood. Apart from that, the silhouette of a purely defensive king-grade celestial weapon that appeared on his body was also destroyed. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. The 3 cross-dimensional / profundities swept past Jun Wang Chun's body and disappeared into the void in just a blink of an eye. The onlookers who were hiding in the dark could only watch helplessly as Jun Wang Chun was killed. When they regained their senses, they could not help but gasp. This is too terrifying. Is he really just a 6-combo celestial king? Chapter 3193. After all, Jun Wang Chun was a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. He was a 10 directions celestial king and possessed a royal-grade celestial weapon. However, he was killed by a young woman who was not even 100 years old. The entire process only took a few breaths. She used the law of space's transportation profundity to send the 3 cross-dimensional / profundities past Jun Wang Chun's defenses and killed him when he least expected it. At that time, Jun Wang Chun didn't even have time to crush his identity jade token to leave the upper realm. In my opinion, Jun Wang Chun was lucky. Otherwise, he would have taken out his identity jade token and left the upper realm as soon as the 3 cross-dimensional / profundities appeared. He got lucky and ended his life. The onlookers who were hiding in the dark could not help but sigh when they saw Jun Wang Chun had died. They felt Jun Wangchun had died due to carelessness. All eyes were trained on the white figure hovering in the air. Their expressions turned solemn immediately. Although the woman was only a 6-combos celestial king, she had comprehended 2 profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. It was not difficult for the onlookers to see that the woman had only cast the cross-dimensional / profundity and the confinement profundity to the initial stage. Brother Ling Tian, Huaner called out. After killing Jun Wangchun, she took his spatial ring and returned to Duan Ling Tian. Then, she passed the spatial ring to Duan Ling Tian. Naturally, she also passed Jun Wangchun's royal grade celestial sword and the purely defensive king grade celestial weapon to Duan Ling Tian. After putting the 2 celestial weapons away, Duan Ling Tian performed a blood ownership claim on the spatial ring. With just a glance, he saw a mountain of celestial crystals, some medicinal herbs, and some unique metals in the spatial ring. This is a wind shadow escape talisman? Meanwhile, Duan Ling Tian discovered 2 celestial talismans in Jun Wangchun's spatial ring. They were similar to the wind shadow escape talisman that Sun Liangpeng, the sect leader of the Simplicity Celestial sect, had given him. Moreover, when his divine sense entered, he found that these 2 wind shadow escape talismans were not inferior to the wind shadow escape talisman he used before. If Jun Wangchun had used the wind shadow escape talisman to escape, Huaner wouldn't have been able to kill him. Naturally, there's no need for him to use such a precious celestial talisman in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, since he can still crush his identity jade token to escape. In the end, he still harbored the thought of getting lucky. Jun Wangchun's death was within Duan Lingtian's expectations. If he did not send a voice transmission to Huaner, Jun Wangchun might have been able to leave the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm alive. He was the one who reminded her to use the law of space's teleportation profundities to send her attack past Jun Wangchun's outer layer of defense. That was how she was able to kill Jun Wangchun before he could crush his jade token. Jun Wangchun was ranked in the top 100 in the first half of the year. Before he died, he was ranked 92nd with 59 points. Now that Huaner has killed Jun Wangchun, she's definitely ranked in the top 100 even though she has just entered the upper realm. I see. Currently, a new name appeared in the 92nd spot. Huaner's name is Huaner. She's not even 100 years old, but she's a 6-combo celestial king who has comprehended 2 profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. Where did she come from? Even the prodigies in the 7 upper province aren't as talented as her, right? How terrifying. I've never seen such a terrifying 6-combo celestial king before. Meanwhile, Duan Lingtian saw Huaner's ranking through her identity jade token. After killing Jun Wangchun, a core disciple from the Wind Thunder Dao sect, Huaner had obtained his points and was now ranked in the top 100. Now, she had 60 points. Apart from her own points, the rest were from Jun Wangchun. Do you see it? Duan Lingtian reminded Huaner to check the scoreboard in the upper realm through her identity jade token. This was one of the unique features of the upper realm. It was impossible for outsiders to see the scoreboard in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, even if they had their identity jade tokens with them. Although the identity jade token would retain its points after leaving the upper realm, one would not be able to see the rankings through the identity jade token. There was only one way for outsiders to find out the rankings in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. The only way to do that was to find out the rankings from the people in the upper realm. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, not only could one use celestial weapons, but one could also use celestial talismans, including memory celestial talismans. For this reason, those in the upper realm could communicate with outsiders through communication celestial talismans. Jun Wangchun was a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect after all. News of him being killed by Huaner spread like wildfire. Although there were no other people from the Wind Thunder Dao sect present, there were still some people who recognized people from the Wind Thunder Dao sect. Brother, let me tell you something. Your Wind Thunder Dao sect's core disciple, Jun Wangchun, was killed. Brother Tian, your Wind Thunder Dao sect's core disciple, Jun Wangchun, was killed by a woman who's not even 100 years old. Her name is Huaner. Senior sister Qin, your senior brother Jun Wangchun, has been killed. As they sent messages to their friends in the Wind Thunder Dao sect, the news of Jun Wangchun's death began to spread in the sect. Naturally, Duan Lingtian was unaware of this. Even if he knew, he would not have cared. After all, to a certain extent, those who entered the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm had already disregarded their own lives. Jun Wangchun's death in the upper realm was purely due to his lack of strength. After all, the Wind Thunder Dao sect's disciples could not possibly go to the profound Nether Mansion and ask them to hand them over. As one of the 5 major sects in the Southern Heaven territory, the Wind Thunder Dao sect could not afford to lose face. The most they could do was to send people into the upper realm to avenge Jun Wangchun. Apart from that, they could not openly attack the upper realm. Brother Ling Tian, isn't this a little too easy? I only need to eliminate one person, and I'm already in the top 100, Huaner said to Duan Ling Tian, after she looked at the scoreboard through her identity jade token. Based on her words, it was as though she thought it was a piece of cake for her to enter the scoreboard. Huaner, the reason you're able to enter the top 100 is because of the unlucky guy you eliminated earlier. He has 59 points. It has been half a year since the last time the scoreboard was updated. In other words, you've obtained all the points that the unlucky fellow had accumulated over the past 6 months. Duan Lingtian patiently explained the situation to Huaner since he knew she did not know much about the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's explanation, realization dawned on Huaner. So that's how it is. Does this mean I'll be able to obtain more points if I encounter someone as unlucky as him? Theoretically, yes. However, there are less than 100 people in the upper realm who have more points than him. Duan Lingtian sighed. Let's go, Huaner. Let's walk around the perimeter and see if we can find our target. After saying that, Duan Lingtian led Huaner in the opposite direction of the safe zone. Wherever they passed, a group of people hidden in the dark held their breaths. There were even some people who completely forgot that they were under the cover of the invisibility formation. No matter how heavy their breathing was, they would not be discovered. They only sighed in relief when they saw Duan Lingtian and Huaner's silhouettes disappearing from their sight. Have any of you heard of that woman before? Many people asked their companions. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, many celestial kings, who were not particularly strong, would form a group to obtain points. Of course, people who could walk together usually had a very good relationship with each other and could trust each other. Otherwise, they would be stabbed in the back. I've never heard of her before. Huaner, this is the first time this name has appeared on the scoreboard, right? Yes, I've never heard of her before. If she had entered the upper realm in the past, it's impossible for her to remain unknown. Put aside her strength, just her beauty alone is enough to make her the most beautiful woman in the upper realm and the entire Southern Heaven territory. That's right. This must be her first time here. At this moment, the name Huaner was deeply engraved in everyone's mind. They also remembered the peerless beauty of the woman, who called herself Huaner. Apart from that, many of the men present on the scene could not help but feel envious of the purple-clad young man standing next to the woman. They were all men. How could the purple-clad young man stand next to such a beautiful woman? What did he do to deserve this? Such innate talent and beauty. Moreover, he's not even 100 years old, and he's dressed in white. It's as though he's from the same clan as me. Moreover, there's a handsome purple-clad young man standing next to him. Could these two be Duan Lingtian and the white-clad young woman, who seems to be 1,000 Phantom's Ice Fox from the Phantom Fox clan? Among the crowd of onlookers, there was an inconspicuous gray-robed young man. His eyes flickered a few times before he finally sent out a message. Soon after, he received another message. Do you know anything about the purple-clad young man? The gray-clad young man replied truthfully. There's no doubt he's Duan Lingtian. I met him when I followed Lord Patriarch to the profound Nether Mansion. As for the woman standing next to him, she must be the veiled and conical woman whom two of our clansmen were tailing. Moreover, According to the news from the people we sent to the borderlands, the woman who appeared next to Duan Ling Tian in the borderlands is none other than Huan. The person who sent the message was also an old man in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Chapter 3194. Not only was Zhang Yinting a 10 Directions Celestial King, but his son was also a 10 Directions Celestial King. Although his son was a 10 Directions Celestial King, his son was not as strong as him, since he had only comprehended 8 profundities from the law of water. When Zhang Yinting heard his son's voice transmission, he immediately sent a message to Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan. Duan Lingtian from the profound nether mansion brought a woman suspected to be 1,000 phantoms ice fox into the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm? Zhang Dongnan's eyes widened slightly when he heard the news. In fact, after he confirmed that the white-clad woman, whom the 2 clan leaders of the Phantom Fox clan were tailing was acquainted with Duan Lingtian, he was eager to meet her to confirm if she was really 1,000 phantoms ice fox. If she was 1,000 phantoms ice fox, even if he could not bring her out of the profound nether mansion, he could still send a message to the main Phantom Fox clan in the 7 Upper Province and ask them to send a powerhouse over. After all, the main Phantom Fox clan could easily send a titled Celestial Lord to bring her out of the profound nether mansion. However, he did not dare to send a message back to the main Phantom Fox clan. If the white-clad woman was not 1,000 phantoms ice fox, the main Phantom Fox clan would not let him off easily. After all, titled Celestial Lords were on par with the current ruler of the Southern Heaven Territory, the Southern Heaven Celestial Lord. Zhang Dongnan would not be able to withstand the wrath of a titled Celestial Lord. Moreover, she's no longer a 10 Directions Celestial Duke. She's a 6 Combos Celestial King now. Moreover, she has comprehended many profundities from the law of space, including the shackling profundity and the cross-dimensional / profundity to the initial stage. Zhang Dongnan was shocked. Although he was the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan's branch in the Southern Heaven Territory, he had never heard of such a monstrous genius. Even the previous 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox in the Phantom Fox clan isn't as monstrous as her, right? In just 30 years, her cultivation base has risen from a 10 Directions Celestial Duke to a 6 Combos Celestial King. Moreover, she has comprehended such a profound law of space. Zhang Dongnan's expression turned solemn at that instant. Now that she's already a Celestial Lord, if she intentionally conceals her aura, even I wouldn't be able to tell that she's the 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox. Thinking of this, Zhang Dongnan's eyes flashed. Could it be that I really have to send news back to the main clan under uncertain circumstances? Forget it, let's wait a little longer. Perhaps there will be a turn for the better. Taking a deep breath, Zhang Dongnan sent a message to Zhang Yenting. Elder Yenting, if you have the chance, go and test that woman. Yes. Zhang Yenting nodded, then asked his son, Duan Lingtian, where Huaner and Huaner had gone. The environment in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, including the safe zones, was fixed, unlike the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. The only thing that would change in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm was the locations of treasures and secret realms. Because of this, when Zhang Yenting heard from his son about Duan Lingtian and Huaner's whereabouts, he immediately rushed over. Along the way, Duan Lingtian and Huaner had encountered many people, but none of them were ranked in the top 100. These people could not even withstand a single blow from Duan Lingtian. Naturally, since he had no enmity with them, he did not kill them. For this reason, those who were eliminated by Duan Lingtian knew that a powerful purple-clad young man had appeared in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Although he was only a 3-talent celestial king, his battle prowess was on par with the 10 directions celestial duke. After all, among those eliminated by Duan Lingtian, the weakest one was a 7-star celestial king, while the strongest one was a 9 palaces celestial king. However, even after eliminating many people, Duan Lingtian only managed to obtain slightly more than 30 points. He was still far from entering the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. I wonder how big the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm is. Duan Lingtian sighed inwardly as he flew across the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Huan on the other hand, was holding his hand and sticking close to him like a celestial couple. Hee, what a golden couple! As a figure flew over from afar like a ghost, a sinister voice sounded from afar, getting closer and closer. A few moments later, a figure clad in a black robe appeared in front of Duan Lingtian and Huan. It was an old man. His entire body was covered in a black robe. He was so skinny that he looked like a bag of bones. His face was completely sunken in, making him look very strange. This person is a 10 directions celestial king. Duan Lingtian could tell the old man was a 10 directions celestial king, based on the celestial origin energy the old man emitted earlier. Although Duan Lingtian was only a 3-talent celestial king, he was very sensitive to the celestial origin energy of a 10 directions celestial king, due to his consumable royal grade celestial weapon. There's a little girl who's not even 100 years old. Little girl, you're a peerless beauty. If I'm a few tens of thousands of years younger, I might be interested in you. The black-clad old man chuckled as he looked at Huan. In the end, he shifted his gaze to Duan Lingtian and asked, "Lad, are you going to crush your identity jade tokens, or do you want me to send you away? Let me tell you this. If I, the black demon old man, make a move, I might not be able to spare your lives." The black-clad old man warned Duan Lingtian. "Thank you for your warning, senior." Duan Lingtian was not surprised to hear the black-clad old man had lived for tens of thousands of years. After all, celestials in the Devata realms could live as long as heaven and earth. Celestials who had lived for tens of thousands of years could be found everywhere in the Devata realms. For example, the pavilion master of the profound Nether Mansion's Imperial Tutor Pavilion had lived for more than 30,000 years. However, if you want to eliminate us, we'll have to see if you're strong enough to convince us. Faced with the old man's reminder, Duan Lingtian thanked the old man before he looked at him intently. "What? Are you doubting my strength?" The old man was taken aback by Duan Lingtian's question. Then, a frown appeared on his face as he said, "Wait a minute. Don't tell me you've never heard of me, the Black Demon?" Upon hearing the old man's words, Duan Lingtian recalled the black-clad old man's name had appeared on the scoreboard of the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm through his identity jade token. To confirm his suspicion, Duan Lingtian looked at the scoreboard again through his identity jade token. Black Fiend, ranked 69th, has 186 points. Upon seeing this, Duan Lingtian's eyes lit up immediately. He looked at the black-clad old man, as though he was a hungry wolf that had spotted its prey. "As it turns out, senior, you're ranked 69th on the scoreboard." "My apologies," Duan Lingtian said. "Now that you know who I am, shouldn't you leave?" The old man waved his hand impatiently. "I've killed too many people in the past. Now that I'm old, I feel like I'm looking at my juniors. I don't want to kill you if it's not necessary." Duan Lingtian could not help but smile when he heard the old man's words. He found the old man's words rather amusing. "Senior, please give me some pointers," Duan Lingtian said with a smile on his face. "Based on your words, it seems like you want to fight me?" The old man raised an eyebrow when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. A hint of seriousness could be seen in his eyes. He had lived for tens of thousands of years. Naturally, He knew those who dared to fight him after finding out his ranking were either idiots or truly strong. Since the purple-clad young man did not seem like an idiot, he was certain Duan Lingtian was strong. However, he did not believe Duan Lingtian would be able to defeat him. After all, he had fought most of the people who were stronger than him in the upper realm. He had become a 10 Directions Celestial King 10,000 years ago, but he had not made a breakthrough. During the past 10,000 years, Duan Lingtian had spent most of his time in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Therefore, he was very familiar with the people in the upper realm. However, he did not know the purple-clad young man before him. "Senior, please enlighten me," Duan Lingtian said with a smile on his face. "All right. Since you want to fight me, I'll fulfill your wish." As soon as the black demon old man finished speaking, a burning flame burst out from his body. It soared into the sky and emitted a scorching aura. It was clear the old man had comprehended the law of fire. Swoosh! As the flames on the black demon's body surged, a large blade appeared in his hand. As soon as the saber appeared in his hand, a sharp aura surged out of the old man's body and swept toward Duan Lingtian. This old man is much stronger than Jun Wangchun, the core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. Although they had not fought yet, based on the aura the old man exuded, it was not difficult for Duan Lingtian to determine the old man was stronger than Jun Wangchun. He wondered if the old man had comprehended the law of fire's profundity to the rudimentary stage. Swoosh! Duan Lingtian teleported and disappeared on the spot. When he reappeared, he was already above the old man. The law of space's teleportation profundity? The old man looked at Duan Lingtian with a hint of surprise in his eyes. However, he did not panic. After all, although there were not many people in the upper realm who had comprehended the law of space, there were still a few of them. "Boy, take out your celestial weapon," the old man reminded Duan Lingtian, when he saw Duan Lingtian was still empty-handed. It was as though he did not want to have an unfair advantage over Duan Lingtian. "Senior, please make your move. If I need a celestial weapon, I'll use it." At this moment, Duan Lingtian's impression of the old man improved. After all, not everyone in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm was capable of such feats. "Boy, how dare you look down on me? Let the Black Fiend sect teach you a lesson." The flames on his body surged as he charged forward with his saber in hand. It was as though he had transformed into a fireball that shot up into the sky. Chapter 3195. Duan Lingtian's celestial origin energy surged out of his body and merged with the space elemental profundity, emitting a mysterious aura. Meanwhile, He Sha, who had transformed into a fireball and was charging toward Duan Lingtian, halted his attack when he discovered Duan Lingtian was only a 3 talents celestial king through Duan Lingtian's celestial origin energy. In just a blink of an eye, he appeared near Duan Lingtian and looked at Duan Lingtian with a frown on his face. "Brat, you're only a 3 talents celestial king? How dare a mere 3 talents celestial king enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm? Are you tired of living?" At this moment, He Sha's tone was even more arrogant when he spoke to Duan Lingtian. It was as though he was a senior lecturing his senior. In his opinion, a 3 talents celestial king should not enter the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. After all, he would only be giving away points to others and might even be killed. "Senior, did you stop because of my cultivation base?" Duan Lingtian was slightly puzzled when he saw He Sha had stopped attacking earlier. He was about to launch another attack when he saw He Sha had stopped attacking. Duan Lingtian was rendered speechless by He Sha's words. As it turned out, he had met a nice old man. He Sha did not seem like a righteous person, but he treated Duan Lingtian as though He Sha was his junior. Duan Lingtian felt awkward. He did not know whether to attack or not. "Brat, I'll give you one more chance. Leave the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm now. Otherwise, if I really make a move, a mere 3 talents celestial king like you will definitely die." He Sha said threateningly with a dark expression on his face. "Senior, the 7 stars celestial kings, 8 trigrams celestial kings, And 9 palaces celestial kings I met earlier were just like you. Duan Lingtian sighed. Do you know what happened to them in the end? Don't tell me you eliminated them. He Sha did not believe Duan Lingtian's words. He thought Duan Lingtian was bragging. Not bad. Duan Lingtian nodded. Brat, aren't you afraid of biting your tongue when you talk big? Do you think a mere 3 talents celestial emperor, like you can eliminate a 9 palaces celestial emperor? He Sha sneered. Since Senior doesn't believe me, then Junior can only prove it. Senior has taken care of me many times, so I won't take advantage of you. I hope that after Senior sees my strength, you can become serious and fight with me with all your strength. As soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking, he did not wait for He Sha's response and directly attacked. Confine. With a thought, Duan Lingtian sealed the void where He Sha was, trapping him firmly inside. At the same time, in the space that trapped the Black Fiend, waves of distorted and vibrating power raged and swept towards the Black Fiend. Good. In the next moment, Duan Lingtian teleported and appeared dozens of meters away from the confined space. The space law domain swept out and enveloped He Sha. In the past, his space domain could only cover a radius of 10 meters. However, now that he had comprehended the territory profundity to the initial stage, he could cover a radius of 100 meters. The initial stage of the territory profundity? He Sha's expression turned solemn immediately. However, in the next moment, his expression changed drastically when he discovered the distorted and vibrating power in the confined space was getting stronger and stronger. Coupled with the space domain's power, he felt a strong sense of danger. He has also comprehended the distortion profundity to the initial stage? He Sha's expression changed drastically. Flames rose from his body as he brandished the saber in his hand. He wanted to open up a path in the space domain that was suppressing him. Buzz, 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 buzz. At this moment, He Sha no longer dared to underestimate Duan Lingtian. He unleashed all his strength in an attempt to escape. What a joke! Although Duan Lingtian was only a 3 talents celestial king, he had comprehended 2 profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. Based on this alone, Duan Lingtian was not any weaker than an ordinary 10 directions celestial duke. Moreover, He Sha had no idea what Duan Lingtian had up his sleeve. At this moment it was naturally more important for him to escape from the space domain and regain his freedom. Otherwise, the situation would be under Duan Lingtian's control. Even if he was stronger than Duan Lingtian, he might still fail miserably. The flaming saber rays tore through Duan Lingtian's territory profundity and the distortion profundity before they swept toward the space shackles in the surroundings. Although more than half of the flaming saber rays had been depleted, He Sha was still confident he could break free from the space domain. Unless Duan Lingtian had also comprehended the space domain's restraining profundity to the initial stage. However, was this possible? How's this possible? Initially, He Sha thought that it was impossible. However, when he saw his saber light being forcibly blocked by the spatial shackles, he knew that what he thought was impossible had happened. The purple-clad young man, who was a 3 talents celestial king, had indeed comprehended the space domain's restraining profundity to the initial stage. He had also comprehended the space domain profundity, the distortion profundity, and the restraining profundity to the initial stage. He Sha's expression changed drastically when he saw a 3 talents celestial king achieving such a feat. His eyes widened, and he looked at Duan Lingtian as though he had seen a ghost. Senior, do you want to continue? He Sha's expression changed drastically as he stared at Duan Lingtian, as though he had seen a ghost. At this moment, Duan Lingtian raised his hand, and 3 space tears appeared outside the space domain. In the next moment, 3 gray blade auras seemed to have crossed the space and whizzed out from another dimension. They hovered around the confinement space and surrounded the Black Fiend in a triangular formation. The dimension profundity to the initial stage. He Sha gulped when he saw this. He could not help but curse. Why am I so unlucky to encounter such a little monster? There were only 9 profundities in the law of space, and only 8 of them could be comprehended to the initial stage. However, The purple-clad young man had comprehended 4 profundities from the law of space. It could be said that he had comprehended 4 profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. He Sha had never seen or heard of such an achievement in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. Even the peerless prodigy of the 10,000 battles heaven sect, a 10 directions celestial king, who was ranked first in the southern heaven ancient realm, had only comprehended 3 profundities from the law of wind to the initial stage. However, the purple-clad young man in front of him was only a 3 talents celestial king, but he had already comprehended 3 profundities to the initial stage. Most importantly, He Sha had comprehended the law of space. The law of space, one of the 4 supreme laws, was said to be the most difficult law to comprehend. Swoosh! After taking a deep breath, He Sha withdrew his flame energy and put away his royal-grade celestial saber. "Lad, what's your name?" He Sha asked with a bitter smile on his face as he looked at Duan Lingtian, who had also withdrawn his attacks. "This is the first time I've met a monster like you. Even a reincarnated celestial emperor might not be as monstrous as you. I wonder what you've experienced in the past to be able to achieve such a feat perhaps. You're from a force in the 7 upper province, or the spirit overarching region." He Sha shook his head as he spoke. At this moment, he did not have the slightest intention to make a move in front of Duan Lingtian. This was because he knew even if he made a move, he would not be a match for Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian could easily defeat him without using a celestial weapon. Even if Duan Lingtian was only a 3 talents celestial king, he would still be able to defeat him. "Senior, I'm Duan Lingtian." Duan Lingtian smiled faintly. "Duan Lingtian? Why does this name sound so familiar?" Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's name, He Sha found Duan Lingtian's name familiar. After a while he raised an eyebrow. "That's right. 30 years ago, there was a monstrous disciple from the profound nether mansion who was invincible in the middle realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. His name was Duan Lingtian as well." Although He Sha muttered to himself, he did not make the connection between Duan Lingtian and Duan Lingtian. After all, although both of them were monstrous, there was a huge gap between their strength. No, both of them seemed to have comprehended the law of space. He Sha gulped as he looked at Duan Lingtian. "Lad, don't tell me you're Duan Lingtian, the disciple of the profound nether mansion, who caused a commotion in the southern heaven territory 30 years ago?" "Senior, if you're referring to the disciple of the profound nether mansion, that's me." Duan Lingtian smiled. Based on the old man's words, he knew the old man had heard of him before. "You're right." The old man's eyes widened in shock when he heard Duan Lingtian's confirmation. He sighed emotionally before he said, "As the saying goes, every generation produces a new generation of geniuses. In the future, the southern heaven territory will belong to you youngsters." He Sha shook his head before he took out his identity jade token. He looked at Duan Lingtian and said, "Lad, I hope you'll be able to surpass me and enter the top 10. I'll keep an eye on you after I leave this place." The moment He Sha's words left his mouth, he crushed his identity jade token. All the points in his identity jade token were taken away by Duan Lingtian. This He Sha is quite interesting. After He Sha left, Duan Lingtian returned to Huan Er's side and took out his identity jade token. 223 points. Currently, Duan Lingtian had 223 points in his identity jade token. Based on his identity jade token, he discovered his current ranking was even better than the old man's. He was currently ranked 65th on the scoreboard. Huan Er, on the other hand, was ranked 93rd since she still had 60 points. "Huan Er, I'll leave the rest to you. Try to maintain a balance between our points," Duan Lingtian said to Huan Er, who was holding his hand. Huan Er nodded. "I'll listen to you, brother Lingtian." Chapter 3196. Who's Duan Lingtian? He actually replaced He Sha and is ranked 65th on the scoreboard. Those who were paying attention to the scoreboard in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm were shocked by the name that suddenly appeared in the scoreboard. Duan Lingtian was ranked in the top 70 as soon as he entered the scoreboard. Based on Duan Lingtian's points, it seemed like he only had slightly more than 30 points before he defeated He Sha. He Sha used to be ranked 69th. However, Duan Lingtian is ranked 65th after he defeated He Sha. To think he's able to eliminate He Sha with such strength, he shouldn't be a nobody in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. However, I've never heard of such a person before. Duan Lingtian? That name sounds familiar. Duan Lingtian? I remember the disciple from the profound Nether Mansion, who was invincible in the middle realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm 30 years ago, was called Duan Lingtian. Is it possible that they're the same person? Impossible. Put aside the huge gap between their strength. Do you think someone who was only a 10 Directions Celestial Duke 30 years ago is strong enough to eliminate He Sha? Are you kidding me? He Sha is a veteran powerhouse in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Although he hasn't comprehended any profundities from the Law of Fire to the initial stage, he has comprehended 9 profundities from the Law of Fire. With his royal grade celestial saber, only a 10 Directions Celestial King, who has comprehended profundities to the initial stage, would be a match for him. Currently, the safe zones in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm were bustling with activity. The commotion was caused by the sudden appearance of a name that had risen to 65th place. Duan Lingtian? There were many people from the profound Nether Mansion in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. They were shocked when they learned that Duan Lingtian had risen to 65th place. However, they did not dare to associate Duan Lingtian with the Duan Lingtian from the profound Nether Mansion. Although Duan Lingtian was the imperial tutor of the profound Nether Mansion, his status was even higher than the core disciples. After all, no matter how heaven-defying a 10 Directions Celestial Duke was, it was impossible for a 10 Directions Celestial Duke to grow to such a level in just 30 years. Those were the thoughts of the people from the profound Nether Mansion. Duan Lingtian, Zhang Yinting, a 10 Directions Celestial King from the Phantom Fox clan, was on his way to see Duan Lingtian and Duan Lingtian. Out of curiosity, he took out his identity jade token and looked at the scoreboard. I didn't expect the 1000 Phantoms Ice Fox to be so powerful. Even He Sha was eliminated by her. Zhang Yinting sighed. He did not think it was Duan Lingtian who had eliminated He Sha. He thought it was Huaner who had eliminated He Sha and gave He Sha's points to Duan Lingtian instead. This was because he had met Duan Lingtian 30 years ago. At that time, Duan Lingtian had just become a 1 basic celestial king. Now that 30 years had passed, it would be a miracle if Duan Lingtian had become a 2-form celestial king. It was impossible for him to defeat He Sha. Even Zhang Yinting was only evenly matched with He Sha a few thousand years ago, before he comprehended the profundities of the law to the initial stage. That woman didn't even use a celestial weapon to kill Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect. Now she even eliminated He Sha. It seems like even I won't be able to defeat her. Zhang Yinting's expression turned solemn. He did not think Huaner did not have a royal grade celestial weapon. With Duan Lingtian's status in the profound Nether Mansion, it would not be difficult for him to obtain a royal grade celestial weapon for Huaner. However, even if I'm not a match for her, I can still test her strength. At most, I'll crush my identity jade token and leave the upper realm at a critical moment. Zhang Yinting sighed in relief when he thought about this. In the past, if someone told him that a 6-combo celestial king was strong enough to defeat him, he would not have believed it. However, he had no choice but to believe it now. Duan Lingtian and Huaner traveled in a straight line. Since he did not know where the other paths led, he decided to travel in one direction until the end. Unbeknownst to them, the members of the Phantom Fox clan were rapidly closing in on them. For a while, Duan Lingtian did not make a move. Instead, Huaner took over. Everyone she encountered was eliminated by Huaner one after another. As she continued to climb up the scoreboard, her reputation in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm grew as well. After Huaner eliminated another person, she was about to continue traveling with Duan Lingtian, when Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes as though he had sensed something. At this moment, Huaner turned to look in the distance. Imperial tutor Duan, we meet again. A gray-clad old man flew over from afar, and his gaze descended onto Duan Lingtian, as a wisp of a faint smile appeared on his face. Imperial tutor Duan, it has been 30 years since we last met. Don't tell me you've forgotten about me? The gray-clad old man said with a smile. You're one of the people who followed clan leader Zhang from the Phantom Fox clan. At this moment, Duan Lingtian finally recognized the old man standing before him. He was one of the two old men standing behind the patriarch of the Phantom Fox clan 30 years ago. He did not expect to meet the gray-clad old man from the Phantom Fox clan here. Previously, due to the presence of the clan leader, it was inappropriate for me to speak. Today, I'll introduce myself to you. My name is Zhang Yunting, an elder of the Phantom Fox clan. The gray-clad old man said. Zhang Yunting. Upon hearing the gray-clad old man's words, Duan Lingtian narrowed his eyes in surprise. You're Zhang Yunting, who's ranked 52nd on the scoreboard? He had just taken a look at the scoreboard 15 minutes ago. Zhang Yunting was ranked 52nd on the scoreboard. It did not cross his mind that Zhang Yunting was ranked 52nd on the scoreboard. He did not expect Zhang Yunting to be the old man from the Phantom Fox clan. At the same time, Duan Lingtian's expression turned solemn when he saw Zhang Yunting looking at Huan, who was standing next to him. A hint of killing intent could be seen flashing in the depths of his eyes. Although it was impossible for Zhang Yunting to see through Huan disguise as 1,000 Phantom's ice fox, it was not impossible for him to suspect her. Fortunately, Huan had become a celestial king, so Zhang Yunting was not as suspicious as the two old men. After all, Zhang Yunting was a celestial king, and the two old men were celestial kings as well. Although there was a difference in their divine consciousness, it was not that big of a difference. You must be the young lady who killed Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect, and eliminated Heisha, right? Zhang Yunting asked with a smile on his face. Huaner ignored him since she had received Duan Lingtian's voice transmission earlier. She knew Zhang Yunting was from the Phantom Fox clan, someone who posed a threat to her. Since Huan was ignoring him, Zhang Yunting calmly said, Miss, I'm currently ranked 52nd on the scoreboard. Why don't we have a battle? If you can defeat me, you will be able to obtain my points, and you will be able to enter the top 50 of the rankings. Zhang Yunting took the initiative to challenge Huan. In his opinion, although he was not certain Huan was 1,000 Phantom's ice fox, he was certain she would reveal her true form if he forced her to use her full strength. Even if she did not reveal her true form, her aura would be exposed. At that time, he would be certain she was 1,000 Phantom's ice fox. At that time, he would have completed his mission. At that time, it would be worth it even if he was eliminated from the Phantom Fox clan. As long as I can confirm she's 1,000 Phantom's ice fox, I'll report this to the Patriarch. The Patriarch will definitely send experts from the main clan to the Profound Nether Mansion to take her away. Zhang Yunting thought to himself. Zhang Yunting could not help but feel excited when he thought about the reward he would get for providing the main clan with clues about the 1,000 Phantom's ice fox. Naturally, he knew the meat of the reward would go to the Patriarch. At most, he would only get a sip of the soup. However, even if it was just a sip of soup, he was more than satisfied. After all, the reward was just too tempting. Huan, since he's the one who initiated the battle, you should accept it. However, don't use the techniques of the 1,000 Phantom's ice fox or the Phantom Fox clan. Use the profundities from the law of space that you've comprehended. If you can't suppress him with the law of space, use your celestial weapon. Duan Lingtian was not certain about Zhang Yunting's strength. However, based on Zhang Yunting's current ranking, it was not difficult for him to guess Zhang Yunting's strength. At the very least, he was stronger than the Black Fiend. Perhaps he had comprehended some profundities from a law to the initial stage. However, even if you think he's weaker than you, don't be in a hurry to show that you're stronger than him. It's best if you can maintain a stalemate with him for a while. Give him the illusion that you're evenly matched. Duan Lingtian said. Although she did not know why Duan Lingtian asked her to do this, She did not question it. After all, her brother Ling Tian must have his reasons for asking her to do this. There was no need for her to know the reason. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. As soon as Duan Lingtian finished speaking, Huaner's celestial origin energy, that had been boosted with the space elemental profundity, surged out of her body. Then, she stepped into the air and reappeared 100 meters away. She stared at Zhang Yinting coldly. Since you want to challenge me, leave your points behind. At this moment, her pleasant voice was laced with coldness. If you want my points, you'll have to defeat me, Zhang Yinting said bluntly. As soon as Zhang Yinting finished speaking, the flames on his body surged and wreaked havoc. Similar to the black fiend that Duan Lingtian had encountered earlier, Zhang Yinting had comprehended the law of fire. However, compared to the black fiend, Zhang Yinting was much stronger. He has comprehended the law of fire's burning profundity to the initial stage. Chapter 3197. After a dozen breaths of time, Zhang Yinting realized he still could not make the white-clad woman take out her celestial weapon. Moreover, he did not see the white-clad woman using any of the Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox's techniques. In fact, she did not even use the techniques of the Phantom Fox clan. It seems like I can only use the Phantom Fox clan's illusory techniques. If she's a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox, my illusory techniques would be useless against her. As long as she can ignore my illusory techniques, I'm sure she's a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. At that time, I'll go out and inform the clan leader about this. Thinking of this, Zhang Yinting's eyes suddenly narrowed. His originally sharp eyes flashed with a white light. At the same time, the silhouette of a huge white fox appeared behind Zhang Yinting. It was like a towering mountain that occupied half the sky. Just as Zhang Yinting was about to summon his Dharma idol and use the Phantom Fox clan's illusory techniques. It seems like you really don't take me seriously. A clear and cold voice sounded from behind Zhang Yinting, causing his expression to change drastically. Naturally, Zhang Yinting could tell the owner of the voice was Duan Lingtian. However, he did not know when Duan Lingtian had appeared behind him. Zhang Yinting's expression changed drastically. He was about to turn around to face Duan Lingtian when he discovered 3 spatial tears had appeared in the void around him. At the same time, 3 gray sabers with golden flames shot out from the spatial tears toward Zhang Yinting. Spatial energy surged out from Duan Lingtian's body, distorting and vibrating the space around him. It easily destroyed Zhang Yinting's hastily cast defensive technique. Buzz! Buzz! At the same time, Zhang Yinting saw the white-clad woman, who had not used her celestial weapon. She took out 2 rings and put them together before throwing them at Zhang Yinting. A terrifying aura surged out from the rings, causing Zhang Yinting's heart to palpitate. No, Zhang Yinting did not have time to use his celestial talisman to escape. He did not even have time to take out his identity jade token and crush it. Buzz! 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 In just a blink of an eye, Zhang Yinting was killed by Duan Lingtian's cross-dimensional profundity and Huaner's bracelets. The Yin-Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring was a combination of the mystical Yin 9 Water Chestnut Ring and the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Ring. The mystical Yin 9 Water Chestnut Rings and the mystical Yang 9 Water Chestnut Rings were both royal-grade celestial weapons. Although it was still a royal-grade celestial weapon, its power was comparable to an emperor-grade celestial weapon. Whoosh! The moment Zhang Yinting died, Duan Lingtian teleported away, allowing Huaner to obtain Zhang Yinting's points. And just as Zhang Yinting had said before, she was ranked 47th on the scoreboard in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, after obtaining Duan Lingtian's points. Currently she had nearly 500 points. That Zhang Yinting really has a lot of points. Duan Lingtian glanced at the scoreboard through his identity jade card and put it away. At the same time he couldn't help but sigh. The scoreboard in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm changed instantly. After Zhang Yinting was eliminated, Huaner's name shot up to the top 50. Anyone who paid attention to the scoreboard would know Huan was the one who had eliminated Zhang Yinting. Heavens! That woman eliminated Zhang Yanting? After killing Jun Wangchun, a core disciple of the Wind Thunder Dao sect, she eliminated Zhang Yanting as well? How is she so strong? I heard she's not even 100 years old yet. Zhang Yanting is much stronger than Jun Wangchun. I can't believe she's capable of eliminating Zhang Yanting. Many people in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm were shocked by Huan Er's elimination. As for Zhang Yanting's son, when he heard that his father had been eliminated, he glanced down at his own storage ring, and his eyes widened in anger. Father! He discovered his father's soul pearl had shattered. This meant that his father had died. He had been killed by the woman called Huan Er. Meanwhile, Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, also learned about Zhang Yanting's death. Elder Yinting. She killed him? She's only a 6-combo celestial king. But she managed to kill Elder Yinting? It seems like she hit her strength when she killed Jun Wangchun. Zhang Dongnan's expression was unsightly. Zhang Yinting, like Zhang Zhenhai, could be said to be his right-hand man. However, Zhang Yanting was killed by a woman who was suspected to be 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox from the Phantom Fox clan. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, the strongest people in the Phantom Fox clan were Elder Yinting and Elder Zhenhai. However, Elder Yinting was killed by her. Even Elder Zhenhai won't be able to escape death if he goes there. Zhang Dongnan frowned. He felt this matter was getting more and more troublesome. That's right. I can report this matter to the main clan and ask them to send a powerful 10 Directions Celestial King over. Wouldn't that do? The 10 Directions Celestial Kings in the main clan are much stronger than the 10 Directions Celestial Kings in the Southern Heaven Territory. Even the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect is no match for a 10 Directions Celestial King in the main clan. With this thought in mind, Zhang Dongnan rose to his feet and took out a shining golden celestial talisman. He recorded the matter and sent it out. It was a communication celestial talisman, but it was different from ordinary communication celestial talismans. Ordinary communication celestial talismans could only be used in the Southern Heaven Territory and not in the chaotic astral ocean. The communication celestial talismans could only be used in the chaotic astral ocean. The 7 upper regions was the name of the 7 territories. These 7 territories were superior to ordinary territories, like the Southern Heaven Territory. The rulers of ordinary territories were titled Celestial Lords, but the rulers of the 7 territories in the 7 upper regions were titled Celestial Emperors. Most importantly, all of them were famous titled Celestial Emperors. In the spirit overarching heaven, there were many ordinary territories like the Southern Heaven Territory, but there were only 7 territories like the 7 upper regions. The main clan of the Phantom Fox clan was located in the Heavenly Territory, in the 7 upper regions. The Phantom Fox clan was a famous clan in the Heavenly Territory. Although there were no titled Celestial Emperors in the clan, there were many Celestial Emperors in the clan. The Phantom Fox clan was a Grade 1 force in the Devata realms. Apart from having many celestial emperors, they also controlled many king-grade celestial crystal veins. The Phantom Fox clan's status in the Heavenly Territory was equivalent to the 10 major clans and 5 major sects in the Southern Heaven Territory. At this moment, the main clan of the Zhang clan, who was in a corner of the Phantom Fox clan's estate, received a message from a branch clan in the Southern Heaven Territory. The person who sent the message was Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the branch clan in the Southern Heaven Territory. Someone suspected to be 1,000 Phantoms Ice Fox has appeared in the Southern Heaven Territory? Are you sure? The person who received the message was a high-ranking official in the main clan of the Phantom Fox clan. He frowned. What's wrong with Zhang Dongnan? If he's not sure, why did he inform me? However, in the end, he patiently read through Zhang Dongnan's message. She entered the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm and killed an elder from a branch clan in the Southern Heaven Territory. That elder is a 10 Directions Celestial King, who has comprehended 9 profundities from the Law of Fire, and has comprehended the burning profundity to the initial stage. Moreover, that woman is a 6-combo Celestial King, even though she's not even 100 years old? It's no wonder Zhang Dongnan suspects she's a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. She's a 6 combos celestial king, even though she's not even 100 years old. The high-ranking official in the main clan of the Zhang clan brought Zhang Dongnan's message to the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan. Even the previous generation's Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox isn't as monstrous as her. In just 30 years, she has become a 6 combos celestial king from a 10 directions celestial duke. After receiving Zhang Dongnan's message, the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan agreed with Zhang Dongnan's words. In that case, I'll send Zhang Jinyi to the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm in a moment to test that woman's strength. If I can confirm she's a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox, I'll send a titled celestial lord to bring her back, the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan said. Understood. The Zhang family senior who received Zhang Dongnan's message accepted the order and retreated, but waves of shock surged in his heart. He did not expect the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan would send Zhang Jinyi to the Southern Heaven territory. Zhang Jinyi was ranked in the top 3 among the 10 directions celestial kings in the Zhang clan. His strength was only second to the other 2 10 directions celestial kings. Apart from being a 10 directions celestial king, Zhang Jinyi had also comprehended 4 profundities from the law of metal to the initial stage. Most importantly, Zhang Jinyi was a direct descendant of the Zhang clan. His illusory techniques were far superior to those from the branch clans. Apart from that, Zhang Jinyi had also mastered the innate ability of a pure Phantom Fox clan member. It was even more powerful than the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan's illusory techniques. Such a person would be invincible in the Southern Heaven territory if he was not a celestial lord. The Grand Elder wants me to go to the Southern Heaven territory to test a woman who seems to be a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox? Zhang Jinyi was a tall and handsome young man dressed in a long green robe. He frowned slightly when he received the message from the Grand Elder of the Zhang clan. In the end, he left the Zhang clan and made his way to the transporting formation in the Phantom Fox clan's estate. Naturally, he could not travel to the chaotic astral ocean by himself. If he used the transporting formation, he would be able to travel to the Southern Heaven territory with just a thought. I hope that woman is really a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox from the Phantom Fox clan. Otherwise, I won't let her off easily. Chapter 3198. In the Phantom Fox clan's estate, in the Southern Heaven territory, Zhang Dongnan, the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan's branch in the Southern Heaven territory, welcomes the arrival of the emissary. Zhang Dongnan brought all the elders of the Phantom Fox clan out to welcome the emissary from the main clan in the Heavenly Territory, one of the 7 upper province. Yes, although Zhang Jinyi was only a 10 directions celestial king, he was a direct descendant of the Zhang clan in the Phantom Fox clan. His bloodline was much purer compared to Zhang Dongnan and the others. Therefore, even though Zhang Jinyi was a 10 directions celestial king, he only responded indifferently. Emissary, please follow me. Following that, Zhang Dongnan led Zhang Jinyi to the main hall of the Phantom Fox clan's estate. Zhang Zhenhai was the only one who followed Zhang Dongnan. The other elders of the Phantom Fox clan did not follow them. That young man is the emissary from the main clan? How dare a mere 10 directions celestial king act so arrogantly in front of the clan leader? How despicable! An elder of the Phantom Fox clan said with a displeased expression on his face. Although he was aware of the existence of the main clan, he respected the clan leader of the branch clan the most. After all, the clan leader had saved his life. However, a junior from the main clan dared to act so arrogantly in front of the clan leader. Although the clan leader did not show any displeasure, he was still furious. Shh, keep your voice down. That's the emissary from the main clan. Even if he kills you, the clan leader won't be able to do anything to him. The other elder of the Phantom Fox clan cautiously glanced at the 3 silhouettes in the distance before he said to the elder, I wonder if he's strong enough to suppress that woman who's suspected to be a Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. Since the main clan sent him here, he must be strong. It'll be a joke if he can't suppress her. I wonder how the main clan will react. I don't think that's possible. While the elders of the Phantom Fox clan were discussing among themselves, Zhang Jinyi, a 10 Directions celestial king from the main clan, was led by Zhang Dongnan to the main hall of the Phantom Fox clan's estate. "Emissary, how should I address you?" Zhang Dongnan asked with a smile on his face. "You don't deserve to know my name," Zhang Jinyi said indifferently. His condescending attitude was obvious. "How dare you?" Hearing Zhang Jinyi's words, Zhang Dongnan's face stiffened and his smile froze. Behind him, Zhang Zhenhai had already shouted, "Impudent!" Zhang Jinyi indifferently glanced at Zhang Zhenhai, a cold light flashing in his eyes. "You're just an inferior member of a branch family. Yet you dare to be arrogant in front of a direct descendant of the main family? A direct descendant of the main clan." Zhang Dongnan's pupils constricted, and when he looked at Zhang Jinyi again, his eyes were filled with shock. Although he knew the main clan had sent a powerful 10 Directions celestial king over, he didn't know the 10 Directions celestial king was a direct descendant of the main clan. Humph! Hearing a cold snort, Zhang Dongnan's expression changed. He immediately moved to stop Zhang Jinyi, who was about to attack Zhang Zhenhai. "Emissary, please show mercy." After stopping Zhang Jinyi, Zhang Dongnan cupped his hands toward Zhang Jinyi. At this moment, his back was drenched in cold sweat. A direct descendant of the main clan? And now, even Zhang Zhenhai, who was standing behind Zhang Dongnan, after hearing Zhang Jinyi say that he was a direct descendant of the main family, his expression completely changed. Naturally, he knew what a direct descendant of the main clan represented. It was the highest bloodline in the Phantom Fox clan, second only to the legendary Thousand Phantoms Ice Fox. "What? Are you trying to stop me?" Zhang Jinyi stared coldly at Zhang Dongnan and asked sternly, "Do you know what price you have to pay to stop me?" "Emissary, I was raised by Elder Zhenhai since I was young. I can't just watch him die like that. Please show mercy, emissary," Zhang Dongnan said in a deep voice. "Since he's also a 10 Directions celestial king, I'll give him a chance. As long as he can last 2 breaths of time, I'll spare his life." When Zhang Jinyi discovered Zhang Zhenhai was also a 10 Directions celestial king, his eyes flashed coldly as a sneer appeared on his face. 2 breaths of time? Zhang Dongnan was shocked. He did not expect Zhang Jinyi would dare to make such a bold claim. Even the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect, who was widely acknowledged as invincible in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, would not be able to kill Elder Zhenhai within 5 breaths of time, right? How could an emissary from the main clan make such a bold claim? Perhaps, the emissary is just trying to find a way out of this embarrassing situation. Zhang Dongnan could not help but think to himself. Although Zhang Jinyi was stronger than the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect, he did not think the emissary would be able to kill Zhang Zhenhai within 2 breaths of time. 2 breaths of time? Zhang Zhenhai laughed. Just like Zhang Dongnan, he thought the emissary was just trying to find a way out of this embarrassing situation. "Emissary, this way please." Zhang Zhenhai beckoned to Zhang Jinyi before he led Zhang Jinyi to the sky above the Phantom Fox clan's branch. Zhang Dongnan followed suit. Many of the Phantom Fox clan's members were confused when they saw this. "Isn't that the patriarch? Elder Zhenhai is here as well. The person who's fighting with Elder Zhenhai is the emissary from the main clan? Elder Zhenhai is going to spar with the emissary from the main clan." The leaders of the Phantom Fox clan were curious as they watched the battle. "I'll give you 15 minutes to prepare. After 15 minutes, I'll remind you again before I make my move." Zhang Jinyi looked at Zhang Zhenhai indifferently as he said, "At that time, if you can survive within 2 breaths of time, you'll be able to live. Otherwise, if you can't hold on for 2 breaths of time, you'll definitely die." Zhang Jinyi's eyes were filled with disdain when he spoke. As soon as Zhang Jinyi finished speaking, the atmosphere turned tense, causing the expressions of the Phantom Fox clan's members to change drastically. What's going on? Based on the emissary's words, it seems like he wants to kill Elder Zhenhai. He wants to kill Elder Zhenhai within 2 breaths of time? Is he really a 10 Directions celestial king? Even the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect wouldn't dare to make such a bold claim, right? I remember Elder Zhenhai fought with the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect. Elder Zhenhai only lost after 6 breaths of time. Isn't the emissary from the main clan a 10 Directions Celestial King? Isn't he a 10 Directions Celestial King? While the clan leaders of the Phantom Fox clan discussed among themselves, a group of elders from the Phantom Fox clan, who had received the news, quickly made their way over. What's going on? What's going on? The elders of the Phantom Fox clan were confused. They did not understand why the emissary from the main clan wanted to kill Elder Zhenhai. Realization dawned on them when they heard Zhang Dongnan's words. As it turned out, Zhang Zhenhai had offended the emissary. Most importantly, the emissary from the Phantom Fox clan was shocked. The emissary from the main clan was a direct descendant of the main clan. After all, he was a Phantom Fox with the purest bloodline. 2 breaths of time. It seems like the emissary is just trying to find a way out of this embarrassing situation. It's impossible for him to kill Elder Zhenhai within 2 breaths of time. Unless he's a celestial lord, it's impossible. The elders of the Phantom Fox clan were certain of this as well. After all, it was impossible for Zhang Jinyi to kill Zhang Zhenhai within 2 breaths of time. However, when Zhang Jinyi reminded Zhang Zhenhai and killed Zhang Zhenhai in the blink of an eye, they realized how narrow-minded they were. At this moment, Zhang Zhenhai remained in the same position as before he made his move. On the other hand, Zhang Jinyi had appeared behind Zhang Zhenhai at some point in time. Zhang Zhenhai's eyes dimmed as his body exploded into a cloud of blood. I overestimated you. I can kill you in less than a breath's time. I only need 1 breath to kill you, Zhang Jinyi said indifferently as he looked at Zhang Zhenhai's body that had turned into a cloud of blood. At this moment, the entire place fell silent. Even the clan leader of the Phantom Fox clan, Zhang Dongnan, was rendered speechless as though something was stuck in his throat. So this is the strength of a 10 Directions Celestial King from the main clan? Zhang Dongnan's heart trembled in fear. He was a celestial lord, so he could see how Zhang Jinyi had made his move. Apart from that, he also witnessed Zhang Jinyi using the innate skill that only the direct descendants of the Phantom Fox clan could master. Even the peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect wouldn't be able to last more than 10 breaths in front of Zhang Jinyi, right? After a moment, Zhang Dongnan was the first to come back to his senses and gasped. Although Zhang Dongnan was saddened by Zhang Zhenhai's death and wanted to avenge him, he knew it was impossible for him to avenge Zhang Zhenhai unless he wanted to die. Gasp, 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 gasp. At the same time, the elders and clansmen of the Phantom Fox clan gasped when they regained their senses. When everyone looked at Zhang Jinyi again, it was as if they had seen a ghost. Envoy. In the end, Zhang Dongnan broke the silence and said, with your strength, you should be invincible among those below the Celestial Lord realm, right? Invincible among those below the Celestial Lord realm? Zhang Jinyi looked at Zhang Dongnan indifferently and sneered. You're just a frog at the bottom of a well. In fact, I'm only ranked 3rd among the 10 Directions Celestial Kings in the Zhang clan, let alone the Phantom Fox clan's main clan. As soon as Zhang Jinyi finished speaking, the entire place fell silent again. Zhang Dongnan's eyes widened in shock as an indescribable expression of shock appeared on his face. A 10 Directions Celestial King like Zhang Jinyi was not the strongest 10 Directions Celestial King in the Phantom Fox clan. Moreover, there were 2 people stronger than him. This, for the first time, Zhang Dongnan felt like a frog at the bottom of a well. Chapter 3199. 5 months later. In the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, the safe zones were in an uproar as the news spread. Heavens! The Tao scholar profound sect's true disciple, Yenru YV, eliminated Tang Pingshan from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect? Ever since Tang Pingshan ranked first in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, he hasn't been eliminated before, right? Tang Pingshan is a peerless prodigy from the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect. He has comprehended 3 profundities, from the Law of Thunder to the rudimentary stage. How could he be defeated? Did Yenru Yv from the Tao scholar profound sect grow quickly? Or did he conceal his strength? He actually eliminated Tang Pingshan. From today onward, Tang Pingshan's legend will be shattered. Yenru Yv will become a peerless prodigy in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Tang Pingshan, a disciple of the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect, was a peerless prodigy who had dominated the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm for many years. However, he was eliminated today. He was eliminated by the Tao scholar profound sect's Yenru Yv. Yenru Yv was no stranger to those in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, since he was a true disciple of the Tao scholar profound sect, and ranked in the top 10 in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Most importantly, Yenru Yv was younger than Tang Pingshan. Today, he had defeated Tang Pingshan and ascended to the top. From today onward, the news of him defeating Tang Pingshan would spread like wildfire in the Southern Heaven territory. Somewhere in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, a young man stood in the void. He wore a white robe and had a handsome appearance. He held a folding fan in his hand and looked extraordinarily scholarly. His temperament was outstanding, and he had an elegant demeanor. Congratulations, you've gotten what you wanted and defeated Tang Pingshan. I, Chunli, am truly blessed to have a friend like you in this life. The refined young man smiled when he received the message. Then he sent a voice transmission to Chunli. Chunli, how's the investigation going? Is Duan Lingtian, who's currently ranked 13th in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, the imperial tutor of the profound Nether Mansion? The target of the mission that was cancelled 30 years ago? The refined young man was none other than Yenru Yv, who had just defeated Tang Pingshan, a true disciple of the 10,000 Battles Heaven sect. Yenru was also a childhood friend of Chunli, the son of Chen Yuanshan, the deputy leader of the Blood Skull. If one were to ask who Yenru cared about the most in this world, it would be Chunli. Yes. According to He Sha, the sectless cultivator who was eliminated by Duan Lingtian. The Duan Lingtian in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm is the imperial tutor of the profound Nether Mansion. I can't believe he's already a 3-talent celestial king. Moreover, he even has the strength to defeat the Black Fiend. According to the Black Fiend, although Duan Lingtian is only a 3-talent celestial king, he has comprehended many profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. Chunli replied via voice transmission. Where's the woman by his side, Huan? Have you found anything? According to my guess, the reason why he was able to enter the top 20 was because of that woman. Otherwise, it's impossible for a 3-talent celestial king like him to have such a brilliant result in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm. Yenru continued to send messages to Chunli. That woman is very mysterious. She only appeared in the profound Nether Mansion 30 years ago. Prior to that, she had a close relationship with Duan Lingtian in the Borderlands. At that time, she was already stronger than Duan Lingtian. Chunli replied. Both of them are monstrous geniuses. If it weren't for your testimony, I would have suspected that there's something wrong with the Blood Skull Gang's intelligence network. Yenru sighed with a hint of surprise in his eyes. Initially, he had thought his innate talent was shocking. However, his innate talent was nothing compared to Duan Lingtian and Huaner's innate talent. Duan Lingtian had just turned 100 years old, but he was already a 3-talent celestial king and had comprehended many profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. Huaner was not even 100 years old, but she was already a 6-combo celestial king and had comprehended many profundities from the law of space to the initial stage. Although the mission to kill Duan Lingtian has been cancelled, if you encounter him, I hope you can kill him for me. Chunli continued to say. I won't be able to calm down until he's dead. Don't worry, Yenru said confidently. If I encounter him, he'll definitely die. I heard there's a new person in the upper realm of the Southern Heaven Ancient Realm, who's ranked in the top 10? Chunli asked, changing the topic. That's right, Yenru replied. That person is called Zhang Jinyi, and I don't know where he came from. After he entered, all the people that were eliminated by him died at his hands, and no one knows his background. He's very mysterious. Moreover, he's very strong. Even Tua Ku, a true disciple of the Bodhi Zen sect, was killed by him. A hint of fear could be seen in Yen Ryu's eyes when he reached the end of his sentence. Tua Ku, the true disciple from the Bodhi Zen sect, who has comprehended 3 profundities from the law of earth to the initial stage, and is said to have the strongest defense in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm? Chun-Li inhaled sharply. Rumor has it that even Tang Ping Shan wouldn't be able to kill Tua Ku if he insists on crushing his identity jade token and leaving. That person called Chen Jin-yi, where did he come from? Although Chun-Li had only heard of Tua Ku, he was familiar with Tua Ku since Yen Ryu was familiar with him. Even if I'm confident I can kill him now, I won't be able to stop him if he insists on leaving, Yen Ryu said. Chun-Li nodded. If you say that, doesn't it mean that Zhang Jinyi's strength is not below yours? In fact, he's stronger than you? Chun-Li sucked in a breath of cold air again. It's not impossible. However, there's another possibility. Tua Ku didn't know Zhang Jinyi, and was killed by him due to his carelessness. Yen Ryu made her own judgment. If that's the case, then his strength might not be comparable to mine. Regardless, the fact that he's ranked in the top 10 means he's quite strong. Yen Ryu continued to speculate. In the profound nether mansion, in the Imperial Tudor Pavilion, you're ranked 13th and 15th. Why didn't you stay in the upper realm and enter the top 10 as soon as possible? There's still a month left. The pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion asked in confusion as he looked at Duan Lingtian and Huan who had just been transported out of the upper realm. Something's not right. Duan Lingtian shook his head with a grim expression on his face. What's wrong? The old man asked. 4 months ago, a person called Zhang Jinyi suddenly appeared in the upper realm of the southern heaven ancient realm. It's as though he appeared out of thin air. Before that, nobody had heard of him or knew of his existence. No one knew about him, Duan Lingtian said in a deep voice. Currently, he's ranked 4th on the scoreboard. Even Tua Ku from the Bodhi Zen sect, who was said to have the strongest defense in the upper realm, was killed by Zhang Jinyi. Although it's possible Tua Ku's death was due to carelessness, it's highly unlikely. After all, before Zhang Jinyi killed Taku, he had already reached 9th place in the rankings. Duan Lingtian's expression turned grim when he finished speaking. So, the old man asked again. I suspect Zhang Jinyi is from the Phantom Fox clan. Duan Lingtian replied. The Phantom Fox clan? The old man frowned before he shook his head decisively. It's impossible for such a person to exist in the Phantom Fox clan. What if he's not from the Phantom Fox clan's branch, in the Southern Heaven Territory? What if he's from the main Phantom Fox clan outside the Southern Heaven Territory? Duan Lingtian said boldly. With the convenience of the transporting formation, even if he's from the main Phantom Fox clan, he should be able to travel to the Southern Heaven Territory in a short time. The main Phantom Fox clan? You're saying he's from the Heavenly Territory in the 7 Upper Province? The old man's eyes widened. Although I'm not certain it's possible. Otherwise, how could it be so coincidental? It's someone who hasn't appeared in the upper realm before, and his surname is Zhang. Duan Lingtian suspected Zhang Jinyi was from the main Phantom Fox clan. After all, Zhang Jinyi's speed of accumulating points was much faster than his and Huan Er's. Therefore, he decided to leave the upper realm in advance. He and Huan did not plan to enter the top 10. Once the rankings were reset, he would enter the secret realm with Huan. Even if Zhang Jinyi was from the main Phantom Fox clan. Since he was ranked in the top 10, the secret realm he would enter would be different from the secret realm he and Huan would enter. Therefore, he did not have to worry about encountering Zhang Jinyi. Although Huan and Huan were not weak, they would only be able to enter the top 10 at most. Based on Zhang Jinyi's performance so far, even if they joined forces, they might not be a match for him. Now that you mention it, it's true that we have to be on our guard. I really didn't expect that a kid like you would have such a high level of comprehension and have such a good brain. Even the pavilion master of the Imperial Tudor Pavilion was convinced by Duan Lingtian's words. In the Phantom Fox clan's estate in the Southern Heaven Territory, Duan Lingtian and the woman by his side have left the upper realm through the transporting formation? Zhang Dongnan, who had just received a message, could not help but frown. After Zhang Yinting's death, Zhang Dongnan's son had been lurking in the safe zone to monitor the transporting formation. He had finally found Duan Lingtian and Huan to leave the Southern Heaven territory. Therefore, he immediately sent a message to Zhang Dongnan. Zhang Jinyi refused to enter the upper realm under an assumed name. Now it seems like Duan Lingtian is suspicious of him. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.